and we get to talk about Star Trek, and here I was like, oh yeah, I love Star Trek, and then it's like looks
Tides
at
go
the
in,
news.
tides go out.
Oh, oh, we're gonna talk about Star Trek. She's like, what Star Trek? Oh, cool. Yes, we're gonna talk about Star Trek, chat, on a bunch cast. Except it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be shit.
That deserves to see that image I posted.
We'll look at it in just a second, you big baby. Now, Star Trek Star defends controversial new character after backlash. There was a huge backlash going on over at Star Trek Starfleet Academy, introducing a new character, but one star isn't letting it rest. Star Trek Starfleet Academy has introduced the first new generation of Starfleet cadets in over a century. The main basis of the series is watching these cadets train to become officers and come of age. You know, by the way, as I reiterate what Starfleet Academy is basically, it's like the elite, the most like how to put it, physically fit, most capable people possible. Like to get into Starfleet is like a big deal. Like it is being cream of the crop. They don't take fat people. They don't take fucking people who don't know how to do their jobs. You know, you have to be like skilled. You have to be competent because Starfleet doesn't take anybody. They take only the best, right? Oh, I had to say that because I was looking at the cast, but you know, the main
They're
bit.
the best, Gibbs.
They're the best this generation has to offer. Man, the Federation is fucked.
Yeah.
So what breaks my heart is Robert Picardo is actually a returning actor in this, and Robert Picardo is one of my favorite actors. But I dare not watch it because I do not want to see Robert be tarnished. Poor guy. Oh, he's probably gonna say cringe things. Great actor, but these actors are usually fruit cups. As Dr. Mary Wiseman as Sylvia and Tig Notaro as Jet Reno. Among the new characters is one that has polarized fans and caused severe backlash, with Gina Yashire playing Starfleet instructor Lyra Thok, who is a Jem'Hadar. What? The Jem'Hadar? The Jem'Hadar are... What? Why are the Jem'Hadar a part of Star... What?
I was gonna say,
Is this
weren't
set
the
far
Gem-
after the Dominion Wars or something? Like, what? Like, they're a slave race to the
Yeah,
Dominion.
unironically, they're a slave race. Like
Yeah.
if they don't get I forget what chemical they have to take. Like every so often, they will literally die.
Now, I do believe they eventually come up with a cure for that, which causes them to rebel against the Changeling Empire. But yeah. However, this Jem'Hadar is a female and is also half Klingon.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I didn't know Jem'Hadar could reproduce sexually. Which has many fans angry because the show is breaking lore. Yashire's character is the first female Jem'Hadar depicted on screen. Yeah, because they're literally clones. Like I think like all of them, aren't they? And I know those other the guys with the goofy ears are also clones too, like the lieutenants of the Dominion. What? Like
It's been so long, I don't quite.
I'm trying to
remember.
brush up on my
Yeah.
Star Trek lore, and like my brain's telling me like this shouldn't be possible.
I've never seen.
I've
that
added
bit,
a couple more things about this into the room.
And this is like the problem with this is like this is the most like the peak Star Trek lore here that they're just fucking running through the fucking thing.
Oh, that explains a lot, Bucky.
Are being
Yes, it does explain
okay.
a
Let's
lot.
take a look. Let's take a look.
While Gibbs pulls those up, we've had several membership milestones
I saw.
and a gifted membership from Harlot.
CBR, Star
Very
Trek's
nice.
canon stopped helping the franchise. It was exhausting for casual viewers. Oh my god, fuck the casual viewers. The same casual viewers that love Fallout are the same people who come in
so
and
Gibbs,
shit on our slide.
unironically, what that comes off as, it's not the casual viewer, it's literally the writer. That don't like swap out casual viewer. It's exhausting for me. That's what that says.
It's exhausting for me. Another month of the
Why
bucket.
can't
Thank you for the
I
support,
break
Grumpy.
the canon?
And Foxnix. I appreciate both of you. You mean the world to me. You're my little Chatfish guys.
30 months says hi, Bucky. Rape your hands and Kibbs.
Hello.
Hello.
The Guardian has been around for 1 month. Says, oh boy, look at the time, late o'clock.
Yeah, we were a little late
Yep.
today. We had to introduce Vulpus to the team. Vulpus has volunteered to join the development team as an organizer. Finally, somebody's delving into the docs. Oh my god. When I heard him say he had to go through 17, or was it 70 or 70,000 or something like that?
It was many messages. It was
like,
many
I'm like,
messages.
In
God,
just one channel, yeah.
God be with you. That's just one of the channels. God be with you.
Yeah, is it any wonder I Stop
is-
doing that.
Everybody
Is
who's
anyone-
tried to
anyone.
organize the old concept art, because what
I
he's doing,
remember.
he's trying to organize the old concept art, and
What
whoever
he's
can
doing
do it,
is
if he pulls it off,
needs to
he
be
gets
done, but God, no one wants
he
to do
gets
it.
he's gonna be given like a free stream of his choice, like with a
No.
thumbnail.
to be clear, Hans, it's not no one wants to do it. It's no one has the dedicated time to just do that because it's gonna
No, I
take.
know.
I
know.
remember when
for
Robin.
days.
I remember when I
Okay.
tried to do it for a
Oh
bit.
my god, when Robin tried to do it, and Robin's like, "I can do it," and then like Robin's working on it, and he's like, "All right, I'm like 6,000 through
I'm
this,"
tired, boss.
and he looks at me, he's like, "I can't. It's not gonna happen."
He got
It's
further than because
not-
he got us
it's
thing
not-
to download them all. I
It's
was
not
having to do it
gonna
by
happen.
hand.
Oh, I know. That's how I was doing it, which is why it's like I don't have the time.
I
in
got
the-
through a year of stuff, and I'm like,
This is why when you're starting your passion project, tips for anyone out there: learn
organization.
to immediately organize right away. Like at the beginning, you're like, "It's not that big of a deal. Do it later." No, just do it right away.
No.
Now,
that old adage,
back to
the time saves 9
topic.
means so much.
So, CBR Star Trek's canon stopped helping the franchise. It was exhausting for casual viewers. The streaming era rewrote Star Trek's rules. Character-driven Star Trek carries a greater weight for fans. All right, so Gene Roddenberry is now producing so much energy right now as he spins in his little grave, right? So we can harness that power to create actual warp drives now, chat. Good job. Good job. Oh my god. Wait for like, oh my god, can you imagine what he would think if he read this? Driven Star Trek carries a greater weight for fans? Oh my god. Discussion about lore may vanish quickly, while character development can last forever. No, that's
Can't have
not
character
how that
development if
works.
there's no lore.
Yes.
Yeah, and ironically, this is a
101
tourist
storytelling. 101
Writer. It's a
storytelling.
tourist writer.
Lore, you cannot have character development without lore. You cannot have a world without lore. Lore is the foundational sticky glue that holds the entire setting together. Lore is essential. It's quintessential for any setting or IP. You want to have Stargate, you have to have lore. You want to have Star Trek, you have to have lore. You want to have Star Wars, you have to have lore. Like, if you don't have lore and you don't respect the lore, you get things like those new sequel Star Wars movies that are terrible. That's what happens. Or these new sequel Star Trek shows that are garbage. Because they
Somehow
take the lore
Palpatine
and they
has
just
returned.
throw it out.
what this says, though, like literally what this says is, we don't want to have to bother doing research. We just want to write our own slop story with the skin suit of
Like,
Star
why
Trek.
are you putting the name Star Trek on it? If you're not going to use lore, then why the fuck does it called Star Trek on it? It should be called New Trek, extra gay and extra
I wanna let you
cringe.
know- I want to let everybody know how easy this is not to fuck up lore. You could feed all of the lore factual inputs into a goddamn language model,
Yep.
and then ask it, "Hey, if I did this, what would it break, if anything, in the lore or
Or like,
canon?"
what would be the logical consequence of this in the setting?
This is how easy things are for writers at this point, not to fuck up the lore.
Yeah, you have it
just don't want to.
contextualized and formatted. Like, the big thing about Star Trek that makes it so good is that it's got a dedicated fandom that's very passionate, like a lot of these other settings do have as well, by the way. But they very easily made these, like, very fleshed out Wikipedias, even for tourists, right? That are very put in order and chronologically connected together. Episodically, by the way. So that if you need to cite any sort of information, you have a massive Wikipedia with which to draw from. Not only does lore make writing easier, it also defines the rules of your setting, so you know what the limitations are, right? We know that the Q are gods, pretty much. But we also know that
They're
the
near
Q...
gods. They're not
We
exactly.
also know
but
that the
yeah.
Q are bound by rules. We also know that they're not without their own flaws, that actually infight and fight civil wars amongst themselves, which will be like
Eh,
nightmares in the universe. But
yeah, look what like, look at that episode where Q lost his power because he went against the Q continuum.
And yes, I do not have a hangover, surprising from yesterday, but I will tell you, chat, that after the drunk stream, I did not make it to the bathroom in time. I laid down, I ran to the bathroom as quickly as I could, and I foolishly thought I could not vomit, and like I always do, and then I threw up as I was running, almost slipped in my own puke. That was fucking awful. An awful experience last night. Then slipped, slid, fell by the bathtub, then vomited into the bathtub. It was hell. That was awful. I'm never doing that again.
It's
We're
like a
never drinking that much
puppy.
whiskey.
That's like a
Oh,
puppy
fuck, it
sitting in
was
its own shit.
terrible.
It's really sad.
After that, I like slowly went and picked up like the towel and started scrubbing the floor for like the rest of the night, and that's my night. I scrubbed, fucking, then I got the mop and mopped the floor. Then I fucking had to do the aerosol thing, and I went to bed, and it was like 2 a.m. and I'm like, fuck, I threw my clothes in the wash. Oh, that was awful. So that was an
I'm not
awful
gonna lie,
experience last night.
it's really good you went to bed. I would have been laughing my ass off if I heard you
How
do
much
that.
whiskey did I drink? I drank that whole bottle. Like I drank it from top to bottom. It was a lot. How many shots did we have?
Like 20 something.
25.
25 shots.
And you kept doing like multiple shots at once.
It was
After we told you not to, because you were being a belligerent.
my dad messaged me and said, 4 is more than enough. 4 is more than enough. Because he
The
was
kid take no for
I only
an
saw those
answer.
messages later on my phone. He's like, 4 is more than enough! Exclamation point, 4 is more than enough! 4 is more than enough!
Kid's not listening.
It's Walter White screaming in the fucking car. That's all it is.
Scream! It's my dad. He's watching
Yeah.
me fucking
Don't
drink
abbreviate
this.
cyberpunk! Don't do it!
Don't Oh, that was awful. Oh, last night was awful. Oh,
Chad, do you think he learned anything, or will he be the exact same way
Like,
next time
I'll
he
do
gets
it again.
drunk?
I washed my
Totally.
feet like so many times, but it feels like every time I step on something, it feels like there's like vomit on the ground. Like I feel like I'm perpetually like it's burned into my
You gave
flesh.
yourself fucking PTSD.
I'm just sad now. Gunfox has been 44 months. I'm out for 40 months. Skip's so drunk. Stream next weekend. Lol. I think we're gonna push that back. Oh my god, we have one more drunk stream we have to
Good,
get
because
through.
you were adamant you were going to do it. First you said today, and then you said Sunday.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's get it done. And then I woke up this morning, I'm like, I feel good. But I remember the pain of last night, and the pain of last night
You
says I
did
don't
promise
feel good.
them an encore stream.
I did see spinach in my throw up, which was sad.
Spinach.
it's... So yeah, besides that nightmarish story, I wanted to share that with you so that you could enjoy that, because that's the result of the drunk stream. We made well over $1,000 yesterday, like insane amount of money. Good job, chat. Most of it will be consumed by Robert, as any proceeds we make now will be going directly to Robert to help replace that goofy little PC of his.
Yes. Everything over the weekly is going towards the Robert Fund now.
Yep, as we are doing that. So good job, chat. We chipped away into that pretty good. We still got a ways to go, but we're starting to chip away at it. Piece
Robert,
by
we can make a
piece.
deal, you and I.
Good. I don't
Just
know.
requires a sticker. Just one little sticker.
You gotta make
Just
a
a
song.
little sticker. Yeah, yeah.
We're
yeah,
about-
and a song. There you go.
We're
We're not quite, but we're
Song.
close to like a third of the way into that fund.
Yep, a third of the way, still a third of the way. But yeah, so good job, chat. There's your funny story from, last night's drunk stream. But
Now
yeah,
bring up the woman.
I'll bring up the woman. Speaking of things that make me want to throw up, I think I swallowed my comm badge. Like, I want to point out that this scene, I don't even know what the context is. I don't even care.
So, is this actually unedited dialogue?
Also, what the fuck happened to the uniforms? Why do they look so gay? What?
I don't know, but I think it is.
So, I think I swallowed my comm badge. Like, my problem with this is
'Cause
like,
not seeing
so the
show itself,
Federation,
I
right?
can't confirm if
the
it's not been
Federation
touched at
takes
all.
the best of the best, the best and brightest. She's a washout. Like, that's it for her right here. Like, that better be it for her. Like, you're done.
How many fat people were in Starfleet originally?
Not very
None.
many. Most of them are in shape and fit. Fit as a fiddle.
No, hold on. I think the only ones that were you could argue
Doctors?
getting close to being
Wasn't even the
fat were
doctor.
basically like
It was Chief
No, it was
O'Brien
like
was
the-
kind of on the heavier set, but he was not. He was heavier set, but he was in shape.
It's just
Yeah.
he was bigger because he drank.
Yeah, because his
I
wife sucked.
think the only ones that you could say that were close to being fat would be like the admirals at best, but even they were in shape.
Yeah,
What-
but that's real military.
Scotty.
I mean, I can see admirals being fat.
Scotty
That's
was
what I-
fat.
Scotty?
Yeah, it's usually he was on the heavier side when he got older.
Yeah.
Not in the younger episodes. He was a heavier man, much like Chief O'Brien. The engineers usually aboard the Starfleet ships are a little on the heavier side. Is
What did
what I've
Star
noticed.
Trek mean by this?
Engineers are alcoholics. The Star Trek universe. But yeah,
I would be too.
I mean, to be fair, when your captain asks you to do a whole bunch of crazy shit, I'd start drinking too.
My
And
favorite
it's like,
part
hey,
about
can you
that.
like completely remake our engine in an hour?
Can you also set our weapons to full charge or whatever?
No, it's even funny because like
They
even
address
Star
that in
Trek
the
itself.
movies. So
Yeah, no, like because what was it? O'Brien was like,
that wasn't
yeah. So I
O'Brien.
always lied. No,
It was
was it
O'Brien
Scotty?
That
and
was Scotty.
Scotty. Yeah, they met
Yeah,
each
no,
other.
Scotty was saying he was saying like, yeah, I always lied to my captain. I always said it was like twice the minimum, so he could say, oh yeah, do it faster, and I
Yeah,
do it.
he'd always high sell it because he's like, it'll take about 6 hours, Captain. And then Captain like, I want it done in 30 minutes. And he's like, fuck. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, you want to give yourself space to for.
Yeah, because the
For
canon
success?
is that the
Oh, yeah.
engineers intentionally lie to their captains, and that's universal in
Because
Star
they know
Trek.
they're gonna try to do bullshit.
They always give them a double estimate, purely on the basis that the captains are always going to ask for ludicrously shorter
Yes.
times.
Which, to be fair, that tells me they're actually engineers.
And then the
Kids.
captains are in on it too, and they always cut it in half.
It's a game they
Or
play.
more.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Turn off one of the dono wars.
Uh-oh.
Jumpus. How about you focus on being good at content instead of being a little bitch? He's like, there, see?
I mean,
You're
Yeah.
right. Kibbs, get back to drinking.
Now start dancing.
Get back to drinking, Kibbs.
Chumpa. He's like,
do
fuck.
do.
Good. Dance for me, monkey, dance. We bully Chumpus
but-
every day.
I think the Orville is still better than whatever this slop has been that's coming into Star Trek.
Everybody that I know that likes Star Trek says that they'd rather watch Orville over Star Trek because Orville, despite being a comedy, is actually much better Star Trek than modern Star Trek is.
Was that 500 cigarettes or was that a different show?
That's
That
the
was-
500 cigarettes. Yeah, that's
The
right.
500
Yeah.
cigarettes is great.
I do like that they mathematically proved that it wasn't 500.
He was, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, people were autistic. It's like, hold on, they cheaped out on us.
See, that's how
And
you
the
know
clip
they
I've
have the
seen of
Star
that show
Trek
has
fan,
been
by the
has
way.
been funny.
That's how you know they have the Star Trek fandom. If they're being autistic, then you know you've got them.
Yeah.
We should watch Orville, chat.
If you-
Yeah. I think I like the J.J. Abrams movies just for the action and nothing else.
As
And
as
then-
movies and isolated, like they're not terrible. The only thing that they do is that's weird is like randomly, like J.J. Abrams is like, let's break the universe's like lore. Fucking the homeworld for the Romulans was destroyed. It's like what? Also,
time travel.
you're telling me that the Romulan Star Empire, a power that rivals the Federation, it's up there. The Federation could still beat them, I think, in a stand-up fight, but it would be bloody. You're telling me that they didn't even evacuate their people on their planet? They just sat there and waited for They waited for the Federation to try to save their fucking planet? The Federation, the people they don't trust? The Romulans, the people who literally can't trust anybody that isn't themselves and still don't even trust themselves and have their own KGB? Like, come on, motherfucker. Don't tell me that they put all their eggs in one basket. Like, yep, we're going to trust the Federation to fix our problem.
JJ
We're gonna
for
trust
blowing up
them.
my homeworld and that Stellaris mod that we paid full price for.
Oh my god. That was a Stellaris mod we paid full price for. I wanted to believe
I
it'd be
just-
good. Oh, sass.
I like the J.J. Abrams because they took San Francisco and wiped it off the map by using USS. What was it? Is it Vengeance or I can't remember what the starship was.
Oh, the mining ship that the
No. The wharf with Khan.
can't
He
remember.
built a actual war vessel.
Yeah, Khan. What happened to JJ after Star Wars? I think he's dead, guys. He got taken out back and shot.
He made his money. That's what happened.
What's funny
He got
is
the Indiana Jones treatment.
he got the end. Damn. Rip. Yeah, what did happen? He did just fall off the earth, didn't he?
It's funny. That tends to happen in Hollywood.
Like J.J. Abrams was kind of everywhere. Like the new Star Trek things, like they were a little controversial, but like I'll be real with you, the new Star Trek movies were, while they weren't very good, like Star Trek, they were at least fun, adverse to this slop right here.
He's not fat or feminine enough to fit in New Hollywood.
Fuck. Yeah, Scotty was very fit in the original series. Yeah. In the original lore and the way Gene Roddenberry always set up Star Trek is that the Starfleet was always made up of the best of humanity, and humanity, if they ever incorporated other races, would only take their best and their brightest and incorporate them into their basically hegemon. Because the Federation is primarily human led. And that's why the Starfleet Academy thing is kind of weird, where, because in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, there is an alien president, because we do let other aliens like run for election, but the only aliens, like, if you remember the Deep Space Nine, the alien who was in charge of the Federation cared deeply about humanity because of what humanity had done for his people. And so he cared just as much for his humans as he did for his own race. But when he was in charge during the Dominion Wars. And that was a good thing to show, right? Because it shows that the Federation's like a union of races coming together to overcome problems. But the big problem with it is that it's always been based on Earth. And so randomly moving the fucking like capital to Bumfuckistan is like, why? Why?
So
Like-
they can make their mark.
Like
on Star
Earth
Trek.
is
That's why.
literally the most fortified like part of space. It's also where Starfleet like command is, and like where the academy is for recruitment. Like it's strategically and tactically the capital for a reason. It's also the most built up part of the Federation. It has the most industry. It has the highest population. It's part of the core worlds. And it's like, we just gonna move it. Now, is this show set this okay? Because they have a Jem'Hadar person like leading them, right, or teaching them, which is fucking retarded, by the way. A Jem'Hadar woman, which again is just This is the problem with like modern writing, right? What made Star Trek good? It was the fact that it was kind of racist. It was, and that's what makes it good. Like the Ferengi women do not have equal rights as in a Ferengi society. Women must be naked at all times in their
He's
society.
not lying.
That's canon. That's the lore. They don't like when it comes to Ferengi living outside their society, you know, they're a little bit more tolerant, like Quark and stuff that are females. But like when it comes to the more conservative or core world Ferengi, they like do not view females as equal, and do not want to talk to them, and do not want them to be talked down to by a woman, and that's a huge part of their society. And the problem with New Trek is that they take this lore about all these cultures and societies and how they have different dimorphism in them, and then they just like, well, actually, they have equal rights, and they're just humans now. They're the same as humans, and they're totally equal, and they have disabled people, and they've got gay rights, and they got rights and stuff, and they're all gay, and they're gay together, and it's beautiful. And that's it. That's like, because you did that, now everybody is lame. Now everybody's gay. Good job. Now every society is tolerant and inclusive and open. What made the Federation interesting was that it wasn't necessarily that it was a tolerant society. It was a society where you could make your mark, but you would still be judged based on the merit of your actions. It wasn't an inclusive society, and that's something that these writers don't understand. The Federation is Gene Roddenberry's brainchild, right? It was not about inclusivity. It was about meritocracy. It was about earning things. And if you earned your right to do something, or like in Starfleet, being the best and the brightest, then you could have a lot more things and do more things. Your energy rations, which is basically like the society's currency, right? Energy
In the
rations
core
being
worlds.
what you can make, right? So like, for example, Bucky, if Bucky wants to print himself a computer and a Ferrari, he can do that as a standard citizen, but he couldn't print himself 6 yachts because he doesn't have the energy rations. You want more, you have to earn that by moving up in society, by providing more and adding things.
Or I just create my own energy.
He's just fucking like, I'm gonna make my own
Free energy kibs.
dilithium
Tesla had
crystals.
it right.
Is it dilithium crystals? I can't remember. I forget what the power source is. I think it's
No,
dilithium.
ZPM nodule kibs.
I mean, similar. They're both crystallized, if I remember right, for the
Mhm.
fuel source. My God, all this talk of Star Trek makes me want to watch. Goddamn, what's that movie called from the 90s or 2000s? It was amazing.
That
It
movie.
wasn't a Star Trek movie, but it should be because it was so good.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Fuck, that
Yeah,
movie's
there you go.
awesome. I love that fucking movie.
Uh,
Does
by
anybody know
Grabthar's
my
Hammer.
name?
No. One of my favorite lines by Grabthar's Hammer. What savings? Because he fucking because it's the actor that fucking despises his character, but he does it for the paycheck at the beginning of the movie.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's honorary Star Trek movie as far as I'm concerned.
It's better, to be honest.
Wow.
Okay. so everybody here, I hated the fucking diplomacy in Star Trek Old. I just didn't like it.
I can understand that. It's very idealistic when it comes to diplomacy.
It's hyper romanticized. I know.
Correct. And again, I still put Stargate SG-1 above all of them.
We're gonna fucking blow up your capital if you don't talk
There's
to
something
us.
charming about gunboat diplomacy. Like, I can't argue that.
Oh, look, they're not going to give us weapons. I'm going to steal this fucking weapon scanner off the wall.
I'm just gonna take it.
Hey, that entire episode
Was great.
was a honeypot operation.
Yes, it was great. Yeah, once they get done taking all the shit back from you guys, they're going to start taking people. You can come with me, or you can go with them.
Oh my god. Welcome stream here, Yui. But yeah, oh my god. The big
There's a
thing
reason
is
the Tari are the best.
when it comes to like modern Star Trek, it not only just misses the mark of what made Gene Roddenberry's vision interesting, and Star Trek is romanticized to high hell. It's very much under the philosophy that the other races all want to more or less work together, even to a degree the Klingons, even to a degree the Romulan Star Empire, even to a degree the Dominion. Save for the Borg, which is the universe's equivalent of the communists.
Space communism.
Yes. Which, by
want
the
them to
way,
come
people are trying to memory hole that the Borg aren't communist, but like the
They-
Federation.
it was
But they were
literally their
queen kids.
No,
They were queen.
that lore is so stupid.
Unironically, here's the thing. You
Gave
can
them
say
a
you like the
queen.
actress. You can say you like the actress all you want. That's fine. A Borg queen literally makes no sense for the Borg.
It never did. It never did. It was like, while I like Star Trek Voyager, it added lore that didn't make sense. It's like the Borg have a queen. Why? Because we need to put a face to an individual antagonist. Because we don't have
Oh, that's my
Locutus.
Whatever you say, Blizzard.
It's because they didn't have Locutus, and so because they didn't have Locutus, they needed to like make a antagonist to have a face to.
And for people who don't know Star Trek as well, Locutus is Jean-Luc Picard's Borg name.
Yep, that's what happened when he gets Borgified. He turned
became
into
Locutus.
Locutus. I like the lore for the Borg.
Little cutie.
They're
It
just like
became little cu-
rowboats that were like, oh, humans sent us a probe. Was it that lore? I can't remember. Refresh me. We said it's the
I don't
Voyager
remember.
probe. We sent the Voyager probe. It landed on the Borg planet. The Borg looked at him like, "What? That's cool. We're gonna incorporate everybody we find now. We're gonna incorporate everybody."
Which is funny because they wouldn't do that, but whatever.
Was that the case? I don't remember 100%. It's been ages since I've seen.
If
that
I
movie.
remember how the Borg initially operated is, if they found like a civilization of sufficient technology, they would like take everything. But if they found like a planet that just had like the Na'vi, for example, right? They would just look at it and go meh and move
Yep.
on.
Unless the society had something that they thought would be good or a positive if it was incorporated into their commune, they wouldn't take it. And the reason why they did that was
might
because they were
harvest
always
the
trying to
planet for
be
resources.
they're a vampiristic faction where they're just sucking other like societies dry of their ideas. That's why the Borg as a society is modeled after communism, because it's never thinking of new ideas, it's always stealing other ideas. And so instead of
it's
coming up
also
with new
all-consuming.
concepts, yeah. And so what happens is they eventually stagnate because they have nowhere to go, and it collapses internally.
As the Starfleet is looking for vengeance.
We must avenge Wolf 2459, or whatever the fuck it was, where they wiped out half our fucking armada.
So I just want to say, right, if Star Trek went the way of, okay, we're no longer space exploration, we're militarizing.
DS9.
It'd have been a lot, yeah.
DS9
A
is
lot
that.
more
And,
Yes,
it-
alternate
Star
universe
Trek
with Stargate
even-
Enterprise.
No, Star Trek even kind of did that with their alternative universes with the Human Empire.
Yep. Well, they also
Mm.
do it as the timeline progresses, because as the timeline progresses, they encounter factions like the Dominion, which controls about a quadrant of the galaxy. And the Dominion wants to invade, and so it forces the Federation to stop being pacifist and basically form a coalition with the Romulans, the Klingons, and
Well, Klingons first, and then the Romulans, because the Romulans have to
Yeah,
be roped in.
they had to be roped in because they were being little fucking backstabby
And
twats.
then some CIA shenanigans had to happen.
Pretty much. And then we actually start building actual military ships. And the Federation's actual military ships just fucking obliterate things. Because they're
What's
actually
the Galaxy
dedicated.
class?
The Galaxy class is like a big sort of exploratory class. It's like a luxury frontline ship, but it's also not just frontline. It's meant to bring families with because they're on extended frontier missions, if I remember right.
Mhm.
It's the one with the big saucer at the top and then like it tapers in the middle. It's fat, like it's huge. It's the one from Jean-Luc Picard. That's the Galaxy class. They're big, very chunky, very tough. Not the best
You think
ships.
that they'd be? Yeah, you think they'd have better weaponry?
Yeah, because those aren't actually dedicated combat ships. The more dedicated
I mean, to
combat
be
ships are
fair,
much
like most
better.
of their ships aren't. They just happen to be like decent.
Now, this is exactly why I think the Stargate Command's warships would be catching up, if not exceeding,
Catching
the
up,
Federation ships.
yes,
Would
but
be
the Deadless and things like that, well, I think the best weaponry they have is the Asgard beam weaponry. The conventional weapons, like one of the...
Wouldn't
No.
you say it would be the Asgardian probes?
No, it'd be the drones.
no, that would be the ancient drones.
The
right?
drones would be pretty good. Those would be very effective. The only problem that
Oh,
the
yeah,
Star
yeah,
Trek
that's what I was
universe has
thinking
is
of.
that their ships are super fast. Those little fast fuckers. They're zooming
But,
around.
so you're forgetting, Kibbs. The Asgard shield technology is far better than Star Trek's shield technology.
I don't know about that. I'm not entirely sure.
I would say that's more of a like thing where it's based on the episode.
Also
kind of.
depends on the era of Star Trek, because I remember different eras of ships. If we're talking about like DS9, I wouldn't think so. If we're talking about
So-
like original series, yeah, I think they would probably get their ass kicked.
Have you seen a single Star Trek episode where they block a corona mass ejection with a ship?
They do stuff kind of similar on that same level, though.
Like,
I just can't remember off the top of my head. Remember,
That's what
but
I
it's been a
thought.
while. It's been
That's
a
what I
while.
thought.
You don't have the evidence.
You
right
know,
when
let's
I
make a
demand it, you
poll.
must be wrong.
Chatfishes. Let's chatfishes. Because chatfish are nerds too. Which universes of ships would win?
Yeah, I see Baphius right there. Says nerds.
There. Yeah, we're doing nerd things. Chat,
Whenever you say board game player,
what do you guys think? Which universe's ships would actually win in a stand-up fight? I love Stargate ships, but I just don't think they'd win.
Here's the thing. I think if you're just talking in terms of full on like fleet logistics, I think Star Trek would have Stargate.
It's a
beat.
galaxy spanning, like, almost empire.
They can also print ships, but yeah. They can also...
But
Okay, so
if you're just talking like single ship on ship, I think it's a bit more competitive.
I don't
yeah,
know.
so the interesting thing is that so Stargate SG-1's deep lore is where they have got like anti-gravity shielding stuff that just lets them sit in the event horizon of a black hole without any issues. That doesn't happen in Star Trek.
Get time dilated, nerd.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, chat. Stargate is more powerful.
Is it? See, the big
I
thing
think-
is that
yes.
I feel like there
I
were Star
think if
Trek
you're
episodes
talking
that did that.
I think if you're talking like the absolute high end, Stargate probably beats Star Trek.
So chat, the issue with the answer is that 0-point powered shields are not plentiful where the series cuts, but they were getting there at the very end of the seasons.
Because the other thing, if you're going to be considering like Stargate versus Star Trek, is that like Stargate can basically like we can forcefully like ascend people type shit.
Yes, and at that point you have infinite energy because they could just make 0-point modules out of thin air if they wanted to.
But it's not human tech. It's Atlantean tech.
no, those
Atlanteans
are humans.
Basically, are humans. Very advanced
Mm,
They
humans.
are humans, kids.
Not quite, actually, because in lore they end up breeding with humanity. But it's not actually true because humans aren't actually the same species. They have to have a special gene to use their tech. And
Yeah,
that
but they are
means
humans,
only the race mixed ones. Check, what the fuck is this lore?
So the answer is
fuck
that
is this lore?
normal humans stayed on Earth. The Atlanteans left after a period of time. The Earth's humans devolved while the Atlanteans were away.
Yeah, that I never
then
really
they came
got.
back.
Like, how they just like randomly like became
Here's the thing.
retarded.
I think that was one of those
Randomly
things. It was like a storyboard idea where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, they were of the same species, they left, and then how
They're
do
like,
we explain
all right,
it? We weren't.
guys, I've got an idea. What? Let's start building pyramids. Yeah, okay, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty
Like with
good.
their
Yeah.
advanced technology, no,
No,
we're
by
gonna do
hand.
it. We're gonna do it by hand. The
With
love of the
lots of
game.
slaves. With lots of
Well,
slaves.
where the fuck did the slaves come from? Well, other
Didn't
places, obviously.
The other
Did-
continents.
Didn't the Atlanteans come back like 10,000 years before a lot of the Egyptian shit was kicking off?
They kind of
Yeah,
had to, because
yeah,
otherwise, I would like all of the Stargate network be there.
because it was right like the first interactions with the last Atlanteans, true Atlanteans, was when the Jaffa were around. Like that was the last interaction. And that was
As
in
long as
like
we ignore the
Chatfish are
Arctic.
like, as long as we ignore the Ori.
yeah, the Ori are they're basically Q level.
Yeah. Actually, no. I would argue that they're kind of, in terms of like power, like
They're
they
not
can
that
be
tough,
worse.
because humanity actually
not
ends up
that- they're-
beating them up pretty badly. Eventually.
No,
Well,
no,
yeah,
sure.
well,
But if you look at like what the Ori actually are, it's like, okay, as long as we have people that believe in us, we are extremely powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one thing that's interesting about the Ori as a faction in Stargate is that they're one of those factions that are like derpy, because they're not technically starfaring, because technically their gods had to make the ships for them because they didn't know
Yes.
how.
Yes.
And so they're actually savages. They're like
Mhm.
feudal savages
They're Romans.
in space.
They're fucking. They're Romans. That's all they are. They're
Oh.
space Romans.
One of the issues, though, I think, that after they defeated the Orais, they had to tone down the enemies, I think, and like level the story
Yeah.
out, because it's like, okay, we
Yeah.
went from fighting gold, we went to fighting fucking
Oh, yeah.
Anubis, we went to fighting like fucking Ori and like replicators consuming
I
galaxies.
100% believe that Stargate would be able to take out Starfleet stuff because again they have P90s.
They do. Like, as cute as phasers are in terms of how much power and damage they can do, unfortunately, they don't give you plot armor, as people usually still die.
P90s kill gods.
Still die.
No, it's the meme of you see all the P90s get moved into the other transport. Guys, we are so fucked.
We are so fucked.
Kibbs, if you, you fucking
I'm looking at this guy's hairdo and it's making me mad.
Why?
I don't like it. Get it out of here.
Why?
You want to look at the
Again,
woman instead?
Get it.
the stuff that Stargate set up, like you can ascend after you die, was a big one.
Yes,
No, they also established. Well, no. Star Trek also established souls were a thing.
sorta. Like that. It's sorta. It's sorta.
There's the
sorta kinda.
teleporter issue.
Look,
You
we
have
ignored
multiple.
we
Yeah,
ignored the teleporter issue.
No, because it just copies people.
The
They don't have,
teleporter
like,
issue is
one soul.
terrifying. What I love so much is the fact that there are characters in the
They,
setting
they
that
just lampshade it.
are afraid of
Yeah.
getting on them because, like, dude, that's gonna like kill me though. It's like,
No,
yeah,
if I remember,
it
even
is.
the first
It
episode
is.
of Star Trek, was it the Doctor? He's like, I
Yes.
want to see people literally get torn
Yeah,
apart and
Bones.
reassembled.
He's like, I don't want to. No, I don't want to go
Bones
there.
traveled up
I don't want
by via shuttle.
by
shuttle.
shuttle. He refused to be beamed up. Yeah, he refused.
Which is funny because eventually he's like, okay, fuck it, just do it.
So eventually he died.
Yeah, so he just went one of the
No, unironically, from his perspective, yes, he did.
Beam me up, and it's like you just hear him scream.
Counterpoint. So Sean says counterpoint. Star Trek Enterprise Security. I don't know too much about that.
Enterprise security. What, the security teams? Are we talking about security teams?
The red
security
shirts.
teams, I think.
The security, if we're talking about like security teams, is bullshit. You'll be like walking around, and then all of a sudden some dude teleports behind you and just blasts you. Like, ugh. Fucking- and I want to.
No. So imagine Stargate just like drops like a Naquita bomb just like in a ship, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, they can't do anything about that.
Well,
They
Star
don't
Trek would
have
just
a
beam
way-
it out. Like,
Well, they would.
They
see
couldn't
it in
beam through
time.
the shield.
also they
Either.
can't.
Yeah,
They can't. They can do that to each other. That's like the
No,
because what happens in Star Trek is they just start. They're like, oh, Borg ships. We can't blow them up with our phasers, but there was a plot hole. The Borg
Also, I'll
ships'
point out
shields aren't
that
always
their
active.
enemies were literally able to
I know.
block them from teleporting after a while.
But so
so-
Star Trek, what they started doing is they're like, well, let's just beam torpedoes aboard the enemy ships, and they just start doing that, and it's like the most broken thing in canon, and they never talk
So-
about it again because it's so busted.
yes. So the Stargate had the same thing with the.
Yeah, because it both strategies are busted because it's like you just boop and then,
But the issue
and
is
that's
that
boring. I want to see spaceships shoot at each other.
the
wanna
issue is
see
the
you-
Asgard core AI would be able to find holes in the phasing technology.
Yeah, and literally just like time it so it lines up.
Yes. Yeah. That's the problem. Is that the Stargate?
We're entering
the
MacGuffin
Asgard-
territory.
That's not my problem.
We're entering thing does thing because it does thing. And it's like
But that's
yeah, but
we
it
know
does
the thing.
it does it. We're saying that like it just finds a way through because it finds a way through.
Yeah, like life.
Like
Yeah,
now
exactly.
we're doing like weird fucking gymnastics. So we're just going to move on cuz it's getting stupid.
You're just bad.
I'm not mad. It's
To
just
be fair, 90%
the
of
conversation is derailing into like
No,
it
that's fine. Let's
does
keep
because
going.
I say it does, which is dumb. So, Deem Detective Fest. Now tell me what this is about, bitch.
It's literally basically games that are like LA Noir or what was that boat investigation game where you have the little thingy where you're investigating why the ship is like wrecked. It's that style of Vigima game, or like Heavy Rain, those types of games. So if chat wants to get stuff like that, they're on big discount. Like right now, LA Noir you can get for like $6. Or Shadows of a Doubt, which I believe you streamed like what was it, once or twice? You can get for like 12.50. Or if you care, Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human. Oh,
What about the rise of the Golden Idol? Look at those faces.
oh my god, that's pretty ugly art style one. Oof.
That is.
Very well received though. Oof. Not my thing. I've heard
Yeah,
good
no,
things
it's-
about Shadow of a Doubt.
I thought you played it.
Nope. Pathologic for weebs. Detective games, Bucky. He just looks
Oh,
at
look,
me,
weeb
eyes
games.
I
glazed
actually
over.
don't like detective games all that much.
I know you don't.
I don't
That's
care.
why
Gungan?
I said
I
Bucky.
want escapism, not real life shit.
He's like, I'm gonna figure out shit.
No, here's the issue.
Are
I
you a
usually
real life
have with a lot
detective, Bucky? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, somebody has to find out, where you go sometimes.
I would say the
Kim's
biggest issue I
disagreed with me
normally
about
have.
nerd stuff. Now I'm gonna put a pipe bomb in his car. I gotta put a pipe.
I'd say
He
the
won't
biggest
ever
issue
know.
I have with detective style games is at a certain point, if you are not on the same wavelength with the writer or the dev, pound sand.
Yeah.
That's usually the issue I have at the end of the day with a lot of these. But some people really like them, so I figure why not bring it up?
I think the LA Noir thing is funny because it's
I like the meme. You know the meme.
it's funny.
The one meme that has lasted till now.
Disco Elysium is funny too
It's
it's
got, what is it, Chuno?
it's got Kuno and he's a piece of shit.
He's just Vino.
So yeah, I'd recommend Disco Elysium out of that. Like that's a good one.
Blueprints.
Oh, that was the game I was trying to remember. The Return of the Oberdin. That was the one I was trying to remember. We were
Okay.
trying to figure out what happened to the ship.
Old school graphics. Looks kind of neat. But yeah, there you have it, chat. Detective videos. Next up, we have a game that was posted by Chump Ass.
So yeah, this is a cute little game that can
Cute.
be up to 6 people now. Yeah, it's got charm.
There's a lot of big bugs.
Yeah, crabs.
Crabs.
They captured the crab.
Yeah, you pilot the big crab around.
And you fight people that are really, really obsessed with kilns and burning things.
Yes. But there's a lot of charm to it. They apparently actually did spend a good time, at least on appearance, fleshing out the actual world. Because we keep finding more stuff about the lore and the world as we're exploring dungeons. But it's a cool little game, up to 6 people, and I figured chat might be interested in seeing Kibbs get eaten by a big crab, or crushed by big crab. The ragdolls are also very amusing.
It definitely looks cute. Very cel shaded.
Combat's fine, like it plays very well.
And every now and then the enemies will say something like the kiln will set you free or the fire will set you free.
Yeah, they're like, be not afraid, as they're like bombing you.
Like throwing people in kilns. It's like, I don't know about that, boss.
Looks interesting.
It's also cheap.
Next up, we have Digital Foundry confirmed Monster Hunter Wilds PC performs thousands of DLC checks that hurt performance, but only in certain conditions.
That's awful.
Around the player hub, basically, is the only thing.
So specifically, what it's happening, and to just give you a rundown of this, a modder found out that the game is making something like 5,000 checks, like over a very short amount of time.
A second.
It
5,000
was a
checks.
second. It was a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on if you had the DLC or not, and if you had the DLC, it wouldn't make these checks, and that's why people are just tanking frame rates and like hubs and whatnot, because it's forcing that. So that if you actually own the DLC, it doesn't make these checks.
So pay to
And so he made a mod to trick it into saying thinking he had owned the DLC without actually unlocking content. It just would confirm it for
Literally
that check.
literally just a performance thing.
And there was drastic improvement on frame
And
rates.
did he get in trouble by the company, probably?
Supposedly, this article says that they've released a patch to address it, but I've not seen anything about that. And the other thing I saw is basically posts about this getting like the original post being removed and banned from moderators on Reddit
Yeah, that's funny because
because
I've
it hurts
seen-
because it hurts Capcom's image that they literally have set up a system in place that punishes you for not owning the DLC.
Correct. There's a meme going around. It's like, sir, we have a bug that causes people with less who has bought less DLC to have a performance issue. He's like, tell me more.
Tell me.
Yeah.
What's this bug you speak of?
So literally, if you don't buy the DLC, you can't run the game.
Think about that, chat. Buy DLC, be rewarded in the afterlife. Check bookie.
No,
Now everyone knows why
knows
Capcom
Capcom wanted to ban mods. No, I mean, they wanted to ban mods for other
Because
reasons.
I also
This
found
was
the
hap-
original
Cosmetics.
Reddit post, and apparently all the Capcom shills have just been harassing the guy who tried to make the mod and brought this to attention.
What the fuck? Who the fuck would shill for Capcom? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god,
'Cause he
the
had to make a huge
multi-billion
disclaimer
dollar
about how
company.
he's not trying to steal DLC. He's not advocating people steal stuff and because people are taking him out of context and
It's literally just I want to play the
accusing him of
game
trying
at
to just
a
steal
decent
money
frame
from
rate.
Capcom.
Yeah.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
the same people that would defend the Fallout TV show, the same types of people.
Disgusting.
yeah.
Abomination.
That's why the new Monster Hunter runs like ass.
I do like how it says for $562 to buy more
Yep.
FPS.
It's well, that's there's an absurd amount of microtransaction DLC in the game.
That's how they get you.
No,
And if you don't have every single one of it, it's going to tank your game.
The big problem with the DLC for Monster Hunter games or most Capcom games is it's slop. Like chat points out
like
that it's slop.
pay
It's
$5 for a costume.
It's like $5
Yeah,
for a
pretty much.
fucking costume that's like meh. Like if I
Here's a
was like
swimsuit.
6, I would be like, oh my god, that's cool. But I'm not 6 anymore. I'm not stupid. I know that
Well,
costume
right there,
is
$4
literally
for
just
a
a
gesture
mod.
set, so emotes,
Yep.
stickers, so like just a thing you can post in the chat.
Yeah. See, the issue is that Helldivers 2, right, has DLC too. It does. It has microtransactions. Lots of them, technically, right? But does it make your performance drop if you don't buy them? No.
Don't think so.
Yeah. There's one that's called Destiny that does that.
Destiny does that as well as this?
It literally gate locks fucking content from the regular game if you don't buy the DLCs.
So
Well, Destiny's even worse.
this will
because
delete it too, even
they
if you pay
delete
for it.
content that you
Even
pay
if you
for.
pay for
Yes.
It's like
For instance, you can't even play the original DLCs and the
Yeah.
original campaign anymore.
So much so that they had to use fucking YouTube videos as evidence in court because they don't have the fucking shit.
Which is funny
anymore.
because that court case was them trying to sue someone for posting videos of their content.
Yep.
oh
What a time
no.
to be alive.
It's time for my dog shit opinion to be destroyed, chat. No. It seems unanimously that Chatfish have decided that Stargate would kick Star Trek ships, but
It would kickstart it, yeah.
They do have P90s.
I
And C4,
I
but
think
yeah,
I
that's
see
more.
it. I think you guys have made your point. I think I agree with you guys. But I was
Now
always
it's just
Now
blown
that
up.
said,
I was always
if-
under the listen. what always got me about Star Trek, what I always thought was so advanced, was because like they'd go up to like a thing and they'd be like, raspberry pie with a cup of Joe, and then they just print it and be like, oh, like the idea
See,
that's
the
just
thing is,
so
Stargate
cool.
has that though. They just
Yeah.
it's not like a
I
thing that they
want
use.
a chocolate chip cookie and some chocolate milk.
That's really funny.
The thing you're actually forgetting is that if the humans from Stargate met the humans from Star Trek, they would exchange things.
No, well, that's the issue, right? So, kids, you know the Daedalus has the Asgard core, and the only reason that that time bubble episode,
Hmm?
they spent like fucking 40 or 50 years in it.
Yeah.
The only reason they were allowed to do that is because the Asgard core could assemble atomically food objects.
Oh, when they were trying to figure out how to keep the Ori from destroying Earth, yeah.
The
No,
other
it's from
thing
destroying
is
the
that
ship.
Stargate ships also move ludicrously fast because they can go from one galaxy to the other like in a week, or was it like a month or something?
Yeah, they basically
2
ignore
weeks
laws of
for
physics in Stargate.
In the Federation, when the Voyager gets accidentally slingshotted to the other end of the galaxy, it'll take them
It takes
70 years to get back.
Years.
Holy
Star Trek
fuck.
actually bases some of their stuff on actual physics and like speeds and
Well,
travels.
that's because
and,
warp
like,
travel
time
is based
dilation,
on a theoretical possibility.
where
So-
Stargate does not.
So here's the problem. At the end of Stargate Atlantis, do you know how fast they were traveling?
The answer is yes.
Fucking fat to go between one
Instantaneously.
galaxy to the other is insane. Yeah.
It's instantaneous worm drive.
Like, whoop.
just opens up a Stargate-sized hole in the universe and then travels to the other.
It's on basically point with the other setting that's super overpowered, which would be Supreme Commander with the quantum network, where you can
they can
just
just teleport
snap
anywhere
things
instantly.
anywhere in the galaxy.
So the issue here is, I'm going to point out, is that the only other sci-fi universe on TV that I know of that's more powerful is unfortunately Doctor Who.
Doctor Who's
Yeah,
bullshit.
Where they use that bomb to fucking hollow out a galaxy.
Yeah, no, unironically, like if you're talking like power scaling, Doctor Who is kind of like stupid when you start to think about it.
I hate
Yeah.
to agree. Like the only thing I like about Doctor Who is some of the doctors are really good actors, but like modern Doctor Who and
Basically,
gross.
Matt Walsh or whatever it is his name, or David Tennant with the last.
There
like,
you are,
2
Sharp
films.
Stick. Quick, chat, grape him. He's like,
Yeah, that's the only thing is that one bomb that Stargate did, fucking Doctor Who did,
Give it time,
overmatches
they can do it too.
literally everything else that Stargate
That episode
is
where
attempting to
like
do.
the Emperor or something basically okayed
Yeah,
the
the
entire.
dwarf emperor.
Yeah, just basically was like, yes, I okayed the massive
Yeah.
chunk of the galaxy just getting deleted.
Yeah, no,
Because he's a
unironically,
ruler of 1,000 galaxies. Yes, he doesn't care.
oh yeah, he's a ruler
Yeah.
of 1,000. Yes, I remember that now. God damn, that's bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's one of the most overpowered like empires in sci-fi history. It's like a throwaway
And somehow
episode.
the only way to deal with the
For humanity.
Cybermen was to delete a section of the galaxy.
He's like, boop, and they're just gone.
That's because the Cybermen also were overrunning a galaxy, so they had to do it.
Oh, the Cybermen. They're so goofy.
That's because all the designs are from like
80s.
plungers and random shit they could slap together.
Yeah.
Unironically, the Daleks, I enjoyed the Daleks. 'cause
The
they're just
little
fucking-
plunger.
they're a salt shaker with a plunger.
Unironically, they're trash cans with little grabbers. That's it.
The grabber that could crush your face.
Look, it's still a grabber.
I do recall that episode where the plunger like a couple of them surround the guy and push their plungers up against his face.
Yeah.
He just sits there and lets it happen.
Well, yeah.
Because it's scripted to. It's on the script.
So
Oh
I
my
started fighting
god.
back, and I threw the trash can down the
So
stairs.
I just moved. I just laid down and they couldn't.
I
touch
do
me
like the
anymore.
galactic lore of Doctor Who. I think it's fun, but it's one of those
What
settings
lore?
that's. Oh, that's right. What lore nowadays?
Because everything gets
Yeah,
because
the
literally they just time
There-
travel and it's different now.
consistently, there is one thing throughout Doctor Who, and it's the Time Lords are lazy fucking shits that don't want to do anything.
Time Lords
They're
are
hyper racist.
Pieces of shit is what they are.
Oh no, they are ultra fucking racist.
Yeah, that was one of the big things. Is that the latest thing with the chick is that, oh yeah, the Time Lords weren't actually Time Lords. They don't really have healing properties. They literally stole it from the Master and the Doctor, and that's how they got it. Somehow.
Like the Doctor's the only redeemable Time Lord.
Yeah, they.
Uh,
No,
even-
not
even-
really.
No, here's
The
the thing.
Doctor's daughter is a Time Lord too.
The thing is, even like
Fuck.
old Doctor Who, like the Doctor is like one of the few like actually good Time Lords. A lot of the other ones are seen as either opulent or just apathetic at best to the rest of the galaxy.
Look, I want everybody to understand. The Doctor is one of the scariest fucking people alive.
Oh no, he is. If he actually wants to be an evil piece of shit, he can be.
Because he's like, he talked to a room full of shadow like meat eating monsters that are just shadows, and said, read all the books in this fucking library planet and tell me if I'm bluffing on whether or not I could kill all of you.
Yep.
And then they're like, we'll give you a day.
And then they,
We'll
yeah,
give you a
they
day.
quite literally like, okay, we're going to release everybody and just let you walk.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't release anybody. They backed away. That was it.
They're
because
just
they
No,
were
the
done.
Shadow
terrified.
Monsters, they
Yeah,
let
they
him.
didn't. They can't release anybody. They eat people as soon as they like consume.
No,
them.
but they allowed him to save everyone who was
oh yeah,
trapped in the teleporter thing, the buffer.
Yeah. Yeah, the buffer.
The buffer. Was it Star Trek? Oh
Yeah, it
no,
was literally
Scotty's
the
stuck
Star
in the
Trek movie
buffer.
escape.
He's
Yeah,
like,
that entire
"Eh."
storyline is
The Star Trek
all the
reference?
people were emergency
AI said-
teleported, and they
Yep.
had no way to put it, so they were just in the buffer. So what did it do? It saved the data.
Yep.
That's so believable though, if you think about it. It's like, huh, we have this data. What are we going to do with it? I don't know. Just save it.
Saved it to the
The
hard
Doctor
drive.
has had a daughter. What are you guys talking about?
He did.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of cloned, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah,
it
he
in
has-
that war-torn underground world?
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
the
that-
fish people.
Yeah. That's weird. That's weird.
But yeah,
She's
unironically,
like, you're a
though,
doctor. You should be able to heal yourself, and then she doesn't.
But then she does.
That scene.
Then she does.
After they leave.
Yeah, after they leave.
unironically though, the Doctor, he does not fuck around when he actually wants to do something.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Let's continue on. Now we're done talking.
Or
about-
sci-fi spurging. Like Bappios is probably fucking pulling his hair out. It's like,
he has his little bell where he's like, I'm going to press this instead of fucking making a complaint, just dinging it.
look who's here. Oh my god.
Somebody has offered to make an AI version of what was it, the last something another. I can't hold on. Arthurian Rose about this character.
This purple-haired fucking goth
So
girl.
yes, if chat somehow hasn't seen this, the UK government created this propaganda game where the person you're supposed to side against is this purple-haired goth chick who wants to talk to you about how their nation's values are being eroded and they should stop immigration.
Mhm.
And you could choose to side with her and agree with her and go to these
Rallies.
protests, and then ultimately end up getting arrested for hateful conduct, or you can choose to basically out her to the government. And if you go the incorrect route of supporting her, people have posted images of she basically you end up with her as your girlfriend.
And we got based.
Not only that, but they says it'll report you to the fucking the UK government.
Good. Fuck
In fact,
the
the popular
government.
image going around is the people wrote like that's a mob of people burning very caricature Muslim character in the background at the stake, and she says something to the lines of, "I want to preserve the right race with you."
What? That's a fan edit. I know the one you're talking about. That's
No,
the
but
one.
that's
where...
the popular image that I keep. That
I know
pops up
that's the
everywhere.
meme where there's like a fucking little Muslim dude tied to a
Yeah.
stake and burning to death, and then she's like,
But
"I want to
that's
preserve the
what
white
the
race with
response
you."
has been with this character, and apparently the UK government is very upset that people would want to side with on that, would want to go that route.
Well,
with
here's the issue, right, with this fundamentally. You're making a video game that's supposed to be propaganda, but you're trying to propagandize something that you can't propagandize. You can't make like it's like trying to like propagandize like, "Oh yeah, we want to like replace all of you." Yes, that's good. That's not going to work. Like you can't do that no matter how you slice it.
Unironically,
It's-
it's like the.
I know, but it's hold on. It's tied to more than one piece of media because it's not just them that's doing it. James Cameron's Avatar movies are this exact
very
problem.
misanthropic.
They're the idea of like, oh, humanity is dead and is bad, and you can't like humanity. But the issue is that you can't propagandize. Like the reason why the Avatar movies, the James Cameron Avatar movies, have no cultural impact, like unlike Star
There's
Wars,
two things.
they're forgotten. And it's because they're all based on the same principle of let's propagandize hating and self-hatred. The problem is this is an old, out-of-date like thought process that a lot of boomers had from a previous generation, and not all boomers, by the way, but a lot of the big, rich, elite guys had this idea.
I want to say, yeah, that's more like a Silicon Valley opinion.
Yes, and it's these people that have this idea where it's like humanity's evil, humanity's bad, and humanity should die and stuff like that. And it's just like, of course, like who among you are gonna jump up and be like, yeah, death to humanity? Amazing. Like,
Yeah.
no.
So
It's unironically why in the like Avatar movies, why do people like fucking love the human military so much?
So there's two things from the 3 Avatar movies that people remember, and that's only really the third movie people had memes about, and that's the
The only one with cultural
Fire
impact is the
chick.
third movie, and it's the
Yes,
yes. But the only other thing is the military commander guy, and it's a quote that isn't actually in the movie, but people assigned to him, is about him going on about basically humanity's superior, and even if they lose the war, the Na'vi are just a dead race on a world that they will never leave.
yeah.
a dead race on a dying world or something like that.
Yeah, if
I
you
recommend just firebombing all of them.
just like if the Na'vi can't be like honestly just bomb them. Like what are they gonna do? Cry?
The Na'vi are quite literally controlled by a world.
Here's the
size
problem,
parasite.
right? The problem is that James Cameron is an idiot and he can't write good stories. Like, I'm sorry, but it's true. The problem is if you look at the movies and you even look at the humans who are portrayed negatively in almost every light, right? Humanity goes out of the way to try to live on this planet, right? And James Cameron's own lore of his own world, he establishes that Earth is a dying world, and for whatever reason, right? And so that means mankind. It's a survival imperative that humanity needs to move to Pandora to survive, based on that lore that he wrote, by the way. And so
Or the resources.
when
at
you
the very least.
compare that to the Na'vi, so there's two ideological sides, right? Humanity, who's building schools and trying to work and live alongside and create a symbiotic relationship to live with the Na'vi in peace and harmony. Then there's Awa that prevents that, right? And the big problem is that the Na'vi reject humanity's attempt at peace. The reality is that humanity is a race pushed to extinction, and they need help. And so the Na'vi are the ones pushing us away when we are trying to be diplomatic about it, when we're trying to find salvation. And so no matter how you slice it, the Na'vi are always going to be they like on the moral ground they stand on is bad. Because they're
Well, the
they're
thing is,
consigning
ultimately-
consigning the human race to death over the fact that they're not going to let the humans live symbiotically with them. Like the reality is that no matter how you put it, the Na'vi are like want to protect my trees. Humanity's reason want to save our species. One has a
Except for the
stronger
fire
reason.
tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
unironically,
Except
I
the
am
fire
a fan
tribe.
of. No, I'm
So-
unironically a fan of the fan theory that the Na'vi used to be way more advanced until Awa basically domesticated them and then just had them forget all the technology that they had, and that's the reason that the Na'vi are actually rejecting humanity. It's not the Na'vi; it's Awa. They're
yeah, they are literally
parasite
controlled by
thing.
a parasite.
because the afterlife thing, whatever controls that, is the thing that's actually dictating to the Na'vi what they should and shouldn't do.
Yes.
So it's actually Awa that is afraid of humanity in that setting.
Yeah, because Awa realizes that we're going to break their need of it. Awa's
Yeah, we
literally
also aren't
like
we can't
Awa's
be
lost because I've
connected
already
to it.
looked at the extended universe. I've read all of it because I was curious. Like Awa's laws basically are like you cannot mine stone, you cannot mine things, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do
You
that.
can't set stone on stone.
Yep, and the
You
reason
can't
why
build anything.
is because Awa can control you. And so James Cameron's own lore, he made Awa literally Hitler.
A tyrant.
Yeah,
A benevolent tyrant, but still a tyrant.
a
A
tyrant,
slave master.
a slave master. They can never have better lives. They can never learn medicines. They can never do anything because Awa has turned them into a slave race. And so the reality is that when you look at what humanity was doing by destroying that tree, it was actually an act of liberation. You also want to analyze the scene and psychoanalyze it a little bit. Like when the colonel ordered them to fire the dispersal gas, again, he didn't fire on he tried to minimize civilian casualties, despite the Na'vi shooting arrows at them. Humanity, at every turn in those scenes, is actively trying to save lives, even of the Na'vi, making humanity the good guys. The issue, like he's trying to propagandize this, but the issue is he's doing such a bad job. Like in the second movie, they kill like a whale thing, right? And so the Na'vi kill hundreds of fucking little dudes for no reason over like a fucking whale, and it's like so hundreds of people are massacred and slaughtered. And so again, like it's like, oh, that doesn't look good. Like
Well, that's because it's the oh, I want to be the native fighting against the colonizer.
yeah, it's the anti-colonization thing. And again, because James Cameron grew up in the era of what we call decolonization with like Africa and Britain and all that, right? The collapse of the empires. They have this out-of-date mindset about how the world works that's completely detached from reality. And it's also the propagandized version of that period of time.
Is that movie out yet on Amazon?
I don't
HBO?
know. Could you check Chumpa Chumpa? Chumpa.
No.
He's incapable.
What's the new one called?
Fire and Ash.
Ash.
Fire and Ash.
I want to watch it, but I only want to watch it for the human scenes because they look
NS
neat.
Streaming.
I will say
let's
though,
see.
the crab robots are they do look
AI
stupid.
overview says it's not streamable yet, but I do see Apple TV,
Oh, not in a million
Disney
years.
Plus.
Not in a million years. I'm not gonna click on Apple TV. Sooner die. I'll wait
That's
for
when you get a
Amazon Prime.
jailbroken Fire Stick, Kibbs.
I'll jailbreak you. He's like, no.
All I'm seeing is it's still cinema, so no.
Okay.
He's already come out and said that this movie didn't make enough money, and so because it didn't make enough money, like they're gonna have to start cheapening it up. It's like, all right. But the big problem with James Cameron again, he's just an idiot. He's stupid. Like I hate to be mean about like storytelling, but like you're trying to make a movie series that's basically demonizing humanity. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're never going to be culturally relevant. The reason why Star Wars works is because it was a simple story. It was a simple structure, you know? Foreign
Yeah,
boy
unironically.
rises up, you know, to challenge an empire and then overcomes that empire with his friends, you know, and builds a new republic out of it, right?
It was the ultimate boomer slop.
The prequel
Man shows up
series,
with no training or anything and becomes the most important person.
pretty much, yeah. The prequel series is about like the downfall of a great man and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you know, these things I can buy into because they're fun. They sound fun, right? And they have a lot more cultural impact. The brotherhood between Obi-Wan and Anakin, right? What is the impact of Jake Sully as a character, other than the fact that he's a race traitor to our entire race?
He's a species trader.
That's what I mean, a race trader to our entire race.
No, I understand what
People
Rick is saying. He's
misuse-
saying that it's worse than
I
that.
know, but people misuse the word race because they're like, whoa, white people, brown people. But our race is the human race. We're all humans.
What are we racing towards?
Pandora, apparently.
We need their rocks.
Gotta get that
No, it's even
unobtainium.
better. We need their unobtainium.
Fucking stupid lore. And then they try to add like
hold
in the
on.
new lore, by the
name-
way. So the new lore, why they're getting the whales, by the way, is to get the fucking immortal gel. It's like, the
that's
unobtainium
so
lore was
dope.
dumb. So we're gonna get gel off killing whales, and it's gonna make us immortal gel. Yeah, that's
No, and apparently the new
wonderful.
Would be extremely valuable.
and apparently from what I've heard, the new movie is basically what they did is they took the second movie and broke it up into two parts, and that's basically where they got the third movie from, is what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least parts, a significant chunk of it. I don't know if that's actually
But yeah.
true.
So
I've heard people
the
say.
final closing notes I think we have on this is that the funniest thing about the whole Avatar movie is that the most cultural significance the movie had was the exact opposite message James Cameron tried to perpetrate. I just think that's funny.
And I think the longer this goes on and the more it falls out of
Relevance.
relevance, all of the slop enjoyers are going to stop defending it, and then the
They'll move
impact
on
is
to the
going to
next
be
thing.
and then the impact of history is going to be that it was a failure.
Yep.
And that the only good thing was like the meme of like the human forces. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, I like the human helicopters. I like the little mech things. I like the soldiers. The Avatar first video game where you get to play as humans was kind of cool. And that's it.
And each movie has a different thing the antagonist wants, but in each movie the protagonist's motivation is Blue Poon.
Oh my god, don't even get me started about
I think
the
he
problem
is.
with
No,
Jake
he actually
Sully's
is right.
character.
That is everything that is motivating the
Mm.
protagonist.
The
is
big
food.
problem about Jake Sully's character is I've already looked up in all the spoilers and stuff because I was curious, right? So Spider, the little human dude, right, develops the ability to like survive on the planet without like modifications. And so what is Jake Sully's like big thing? Oh, this is a possibility for us to live in symbiosis. I must kill him so that we don't have humans surviving because I'm Jake Sully. Much like James Cameron, I'm going to pull the ladder up and say, fuck humanity, so that humanity dies on a dying world. In the end outro of fucking Avatar, don't ask why I did so much research on this. I'm autistic.
Mhm.
So in the outro, he literally says something along the lines like, the aliens can left our world. They can go back to their dying world. Meaning he knows that Earth is dying. He has pulled up the ladder behind himself rather than helping humanity survive and try to come up with a solution to work together. He has actively sabotaged any attempt at peace and has instilled war. He is literally a war criminal, and honestly, deserves to be shot. He's
I
an
think-
irredeemable character. Yes.
I think that one, we've already retreaded this ground a few times, but on top of that, the whole Lazarus project,
You like that, don't you, Ziggy?
that it just ruins the entire point of why Sully's there.
I know it doesn't make sense because his brother would literally be alive. Like you would just use the Lazarus Project on him. Oh my god!
He didn't
Again,
pay enough money.
James Cameron, dumber than a box of rocks.
Like none of the Avatar movies would have happened if they used the Lazarus Project on Sully's brother.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have this special program for people that are super important. Oh, Jake's brother is super important because he's gotten in with the Na'vi tribe. All right, use it on him. Oh no, we didn't. We just didn't. Why? Why didn't you? Because we didn't. Yep.
It was
We
just
just-
gonna be like the
We
first.
just wanted
we-
to use his brother.
We
We just wanted to use his brother.
no,
That's
no,
all.
no. His brother was just gonna be a scientist there. Like he wasn't important.
no, yeah.
It wasn't important enough.
No.
He didn't pay enough money.
It's such a dumb fucking movie. I fucking hate that movie so much. It's so
Yeah, it
stupid.
is. It's fucking-
It's so stupid. Oh my god, and it's got so
Again,
much money. It's got-
At this point, here's my biggest issue, right? The civilization that the humans have is that they could literally just create some type of agent that would just scour the fucking planet.
Yeah, but
But literally, they could just drop a rock or
No,
something. like-
unironically,
no,
though,
no.
they mentioned that the governments of the world or Earth, I'll phrase it that way, already agreed that they weren't going to do that.
No. That's the issue, right? Oh yeah, we're just going to just let this like parasitic planet-sized organism fuck with our survival. No, that's the bullshit.
Yeah,
No,
so they've
unironically.
already established in the movies and in the extended lore, because I read this, that humanity survival is entirely dependent on Pandora. They need Pandora to survive. And so you
Yeah.
can't give me this bullshit. Okay, James Cameron, you fucking ingrate. You just established that humanity is going through an extinction event due to something you're not expanding upon. But for some reason, we're going through an extinction event. We need to go to Pandora, and we need its resources,
Or
and we
death.
also need to, we need this planet. The reality is that because it's a species level threat, we should be doing stuff.
Humanity's coming.
and here's
whether
the
Pandoras
problem.
like it or not.
Here's the problem with his writing. In his writing, the RDA has exclusive access because the RDA, was given that access, which is a rinky-dinky corporation. Those APUs they use, the APUs and the helicopters, all that stuff is actually out-of-date technology. It's not even state-of-the-art.
Mass manufactured.
It's
bullshit.
like 1960s technology in today's era, like that they were using to fight back against. They don't even
Yeah.
have the proper actual human militaries, which are apparently like super advanced. And so you're telling me that we're a starfaring race that have super powerful militaries that like make those APUs and stuff look like fucking Swiss cheese. So we could just send our actual space marines there and they would just go
Probably
kick
with
ass.
power suits and shit like that. That would just
Like,
walk
unironically.
across
Yeah,
the
because
shit.
apparently the APUs, by the way, were supposed to be given to all workers and troops, but they just didn't have enough of them.
Mhm.
And so that if you're telling me that APUs were standard and also out of date equipment and they were standardized, fuck off. It's
So
so
they had
dumb.
rear view mirrors on the fucking suits too, which is funny.
That's cute.
I appreciate that touch.
It's goofy, but it's practical. It's good.
Yeah. So again, this comes back to the whole one. If humanity wasn't in a life or death situation, the RDA would go, "Oh, you know what? No, we have sole authority here. We're just gonna unilaterally say we're changing the game because humanity's gonna thank us regardless at the end of this."
Yeah.
Yeah,
because we have the unobtainium.
yeah, that's the big thing.
Especially given the literal extinction event, it's just like,
I
yeah,
just
it's either this
also
or our
can't.
species dies out.
I can't buy the whole like, oh, humanity's gonna be extinct, but we're interstellar. But also, it's like, okay, and we apparently need Pandora because there's no other world that has the stuff, right? That we need. It's like, okay, then why aren't the governments actually doing what the governments would realistically do?
Which is basically, this is government property.
Like, sorry, Navi, you can be resettled. You have two options. You can be resettled and live, and we can work together,
Or
or
you
you
can
can
become
die.
fertilizer.
Choose.
Well, here's a real world example, chat. A very interesting businessman paid a bunch of U.S. Navy servicemen and vessels to come follow him to the Sandwich Islands, and used gunboat diplomacy to get the last queen of Hawaii to agree to give him control of everything, and then took that back and said, "Hey, I have control of Hawaii. Do you want it?" And the United States was like, "Yes, we'll go ahead and take that."
Have control of Hawaii. You want it? It's amazing.
Yeah, that's how Hawaii was entered into the United States as a state. Is that they at the point of a gun in the entirety of the United States government said, "Okay, yeah, sure, that's good.
Yeah, we'll take it."
that."
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
'cause it is of
pretty
strategic
good.
value.
Expand our borders. Looks at Britain. You're looking mighty blue. All right, let's see. So
It's
yeah,
time to change the hat.
it's time to move on to the next subject. Oh fuck!
You
Good.
sure you
I
want to
was
move on to the next subject?
really excited for this one. New
New
marathon
gameplay footage,
gameplay.
chat. For marathon.
Bungie. Runner shells.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Runner shells is what we're calling the bioprinted bodies that you, the runner, inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
So abilities, passives, stat packages married to a very distinct silhouette that then players can look at, 50, 60 meters away and say, oh, I know what that is. I know what that player's
That's
capable
fucking
of.
hideous.
And I
I'm
can start
sorry.
to think about how to counteract it.
What the
One
fuck?
thing we really
It's
want
the
to do from the build
box.
crafting side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe. Figuring out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods. Cores are powerful standalone perks that can be used in combination with each other to shift the gameplay style of your runner kit. We also want to make sure that there are interesting combinations of things that work
He
together,
rocket jumped.
but they have hooks that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
That'll never happen in game.
Depending on your playstyle,
No,
if
you'll
you're
get
like
shot
someone
first.
who hangs back and likes to snipe, you're someone who likes close quarters combat,
That
and
looks
you gotta
ugly.
rush in.
It does,
You're gonna
doesn't
wanna
it?
cater
It
the
does.
items that you're finding
I hate the
differently.
guns.
The idea there is like,
Oh,
if
look,
you're
it's
gonna have
a
a broad spectrum
double-barrel
that
shotgun.
everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home
But
to,
it's
and then we're
square.
gonna build on top of that.
It's electric.
It's a bullpup. Disgusting.
Look, it's Destiny guns, but we made them boxier.
Player's aggressive, brutal, whereas a modified, futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed
What?
to get into the fight
Uh,
as
Mer-
fast as possible.
that's
and
where the
stay
Mer-
there.
lore for
It
the
comes
Mjolnir
equipped
armor
with
comes from.
front
Used to be the
side
unironically, that
ledges
is
that
true.
let it sprint faster.
Because don't
or you
forget, a
can
lot
use
of
them for
Halo
quick
stuff
auto
came
evade.
A
from
riot barricade so that they can
this game
generate
series.
presence and they can generate.
They were
like,
supposed to
almost
be
like
the same for a
aggro
while.
for their team.
Unironically.
Prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
I like how they were talking about a
They
basic
have
class
a way
system
to
like it was
lock
in
down
the
targets
in-game.
over sustained fire.
So
which
they're like fighting
immobilizes
people, but
them
they're also like
and allows your team to
PvE
follow.
stuff too.
I've not heard anything about PvE.
Our assassin shell.
Some of those
is
look
built
like
for
bots,
players like
not
Slow and
players.
Quiet. It's very much a classic,
Like
backline
standard
infiltrator.
troops.
It has a dive ability that can be used to negate.
I hate
fall
all the
damage from
character
any
designs. Oh
height.
my god.
Their tactical ability
This
is
is the hunter
invisibility.
class.
You pull this like shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it. You can mantle during it. But the faster you move, the more visible you're going to become. And if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration.
Man, I can't even believe these are supposedly Bungie devs.
Their prime ability sends out this disc. It creates this like plumes of smoke that you can enter into, and then when combined with their passive shroud, they go invisible when they enter smoke. The whole thing here is like be invisible, be sneaky, and then enshroud the world in smoke.
Recon. Oh my God, that
Originally,
face.
Recon was called internally Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy. It's about hunting people down. It's about playing detective. If you want to find all the assassin shells on the map, Recon is the shell you want to use. It comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can pursue them. And for their prime,
Okay,
Recon
so everyone's
has
gonna play this class.
really awesome helmet that splits open,
Yeah.
and they tap in these cool key codes.
But the
Class
class
dedicated to
descriptions-
hunting
pulses
down
and
other
sends out
players.
this like wave that detects both
I like how they
AI
called
and
it the
players
fun
and
place
marks
too,
them
by the way.
And when you break
like-
the
Okay, so
shield
yeah,
of
this is just gonna
somebody
be what the-
as a
everyone
recon
plays.
shell, they leave holographic
No, if
footprints
nothing else,
behind,
just 'cause
so
of the
even if they
spider
run
Oh my God,
away,
that's so
you can
busted.
follow that trail and they'll
Yeah,
lead
you
right
just
to
see
it.
where people go.
And then
Yeah,
finally
everybody would
awareness,
throw their
where,
spider bots. You have 4 of
if
them
you get
hitting
pinged,
the
they
enemy.
don't actually tell
Yes.
you that someone like sees you.
Because
This is a
everybody's
terrible
aware,
idea.
but you'll
Oh,
be
and
able
they
to
get
be on
they
high
get
alert that
claymores.
somebody saw you and is marked you.
This class is getting nerfed into the ground, I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
Vandal is our shell that is, just by its very nature, more agile than our other shells. It has microjets that let it do a double jump.
So
It has a
worthless.
power slide that goes much further
That
than
was
our
a
normal
Halo.
sprint slide.
Halo. That
Prime
was a
overloads their movement
Destiny
system
jump
so
right
they
there.
can commit and chain all those actions together.
I
Well,
like
they
how
just
instead of
copy-pasted
making a new
it
game,
out
they
of
just
causing
made
chaos.
Destiny rebranded. for
They just
PvP.
copy pasted
The arm
mechanics.
cannon for Vandal unfolds, and you find a big-ass gun barrel inside. You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of cover.
The number of times we've knocked people off of field maintenance is like, this is a great thing.
Marathon is a game that is all about finding the best stuff on the map, so we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy. That is Thief to a T. Thief's trade ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are within line of sight.
The Bucky class.
Their prime is a pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and AI, and then it can suck that loot back up with the same
See,
whip.
there's
or you
AI.
can use it for recon. You can fly around, you can ping, those pings are shared to your squad.
The Thief shell also has a built-in grappling device that is embedded right in the forearm. You shoot out a dart. Mid-flight, it unfolds into this propeller that pulls you along.
I don't know
and can
why,
swing
but like
away
the
to safety.
fucking color feels off in this game, doesn't
The
it?
recharge rate for
Like
the
how
grapple,
flat the
base
colors
handling
are?
and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become
wonder
a
if they
loot
finally
goblin, right?
replaced all the
Steal as much as
stolen
you
art.
can and get out.
Yeah, that's true. They stole a lot of art in this game. Forgot about
They
that.
did. They even kept some of the hidden
The
Easter
triage
eggs
shell
in the art,
is
like
our
the
shell
wall
for
screen.
support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking so they can kick back, we have triage for you.
They're equipped with these awesome like capacitive gauntlets where you activate them and then you can overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then like shock you back to life. Their tactical ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy, he's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage is really a combat medic, so we knew we needed to give it an ability that was
think
useful
I hate
for firefights.
They've got two traits. The
hate the
first one is
fact
a
that
trait
it's
ability
left-handed.
called battery overcharge, where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically,
I can't believe Bucky's got to play
breaking
this.
shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an
Why?
on-ramp to like a whole
Why do I have
new
to play
layer
this
of
kid?
build
I wasn't the one who
And then
promised.
they have the second
You
trait,
promised
shareware,
you
which
would
is
do
really
it.
cool, which is
You have to.
anybodies
No.
that have medi drones
I
on
didn't
them,
promise
any
I'd play with
consumable
it.
you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of
You
almost
actually
are
do
this,
have to
like,
high-five
battle
it
medic
before
that's
you
like
send it out.
constantly running triage.
Mr.
on your team.
I just noticed with the animation we threw it out. It has little hands.
He just got a
that
little
high five.
hands. He got his lamp.
Sometimes you you just want to take a breather
good.
after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically
Blake's
opts
upset
you
there's
into
no
queuing
women
in
talking
solo.
to us.
You're able to enter into a match in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in.
That's true. There's
almost
not a
to
lot
your
of
advantage
diversity
because
in
you
this
risk
trailer, is
nothing,
there?
and anything you take out is yours to keep.
Maybe it's
Instead
based.
of
I'm kidding.
focusing on like progression and
Okay,
questing
the
and things of
route
that
would be
sort,
the one
it's
I
a
would
mode
take.
where we make it easy
See?
for you
Hockey's
to
already
draw
warming to
a
the
match
idea.
that's in progress
He's
and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible and get out with it so that you
Well,
can populate
it's because
your
you're solo
vaults a little bit
running
more
and you
for future
steal
runs.
shit from
Rook has a
people,
tactical ability that lets
and
it
then whatever you take out,
blend in with UESC forces. So you activate it,
keep
a
what
little
you
map.
Rook
appears
is
over your
the I don't
face,
have any
and
gear
you are not
to start off
perceived
with, so
by
I'm gonna pick
UESC
Rook
as
and
hostile.
just get a
This lets you
preset
kind of get
prefit.
in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about Rook is the added tension. Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you have a couple of options
I'm
when
gonna
you
fail
see a
this.
Rook.
I'm
Either
gonna
you're a
fail it? Is
decent
that what you said?
person And you drop
Yeah,
them a
I'm
piece
gonna
of
fail the
loot and let them
morality
be on their merry way, or you
No,
are a
I'm
monster
gonna
and you
succeed
blast
my
them in the face.
morality
I'm not
test.
going
I'll
to say
kill them
which
every
one I
time.
am.
So the Rook's the morality test, but not
I
the
blast a lot of
people
Rooks.
with gear they could lose forever.
Yeah.
The Rook who has
It's
gear
literally
they
just
don't
there.
have to. They don't have to worry about losing. Is the morality
They're
test.
literally just there to be a rat.
So
Yeah.
let me explain to you what this is going to look like. This is going to be the oh, hey, I'm going to screen snipe somebody, go in as Rook, and then steal their fucking gear.
Rook
Like
is
DSP is going
I'm
to get
doing one
hit
of two things.
hard.
I have no gear, and so I need to get something, or I'm joining just to try to
Fuck
screen
with
sniper
somebody.
kill people.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're just going to
It's
steal all
Rooks
their
are going to
shit.
be that, and it's going to majority be the I'm just joining to kill people.
No, which is why I said what's going
That's
to
always what
happen.
Rooks
And
are.
the correct moral decision would be
Kill
you
'em.
see a rook, you just kill them.
Yes.
Yes.
In
Because
fact,
that's
honestly, the only one that would probably be the they're just trying to get loot would be the thief class, and even then you want to kill them because they're going to try to steal
They're going
the
to steal
gear you
your
have on you.
shit.
Yeah.
Why would I go hunting around the map when you
But-
already did that for me?
The what was it? What was the fun police class called? I can just see and track and know where
Scout.
everyone is. Yeah, that's just gonna
Or
be
sorry,
the
the
fucking
Recon.
broken fucking class.
The Recon's the I'm on a murder hobo. We're gonna
No,
murder.
It's
you
the-
can tell their entire like viewpoint when they refer to the class as the fun police.
Like the
Yeah,
fact that it's
it's
called
like-
the fun police is like one of those choices
Internally,
of
it's like,
verbiage.
okay.
Just like, yeah, this is gonna really kill the fun.
So,
It's like,
you
"Ooh,
would
good."
acknowledge that this class is designed solely to ruin other players' experience.
Ganking. Yeah, let's look at that as a positive gameplay experience. Like,
Well, to me, what that also says
"Wait."
is what the majority of people in the studio wanted to do is be the stealth class, the assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this
I
is
also
retarded.
want to point out something
What?
that they didn't touch on yet because this all internal testing is them playing against bots and like occasionally other dev members.
Yeah, well, that's normally
Um,
the problem with these tests because they're not actually playing like with people that are actually going to be sweats. And the problem is that games
They're
like this,
playing with that best casual.
like games
also
like
aren't
this,
testing the
are
net
going
code.
to have a couple of things. So what's going to happen initially, right, is that streamers will play it. If the streamers do play it, right, they'll get that big influx of people because streamers will play it, and that's what they're going to rely on. And then because these games are streamer bait games, because that's the game, right? Like people want to watch the streamer be miserable and get his ass raped by like 30 dudes because it's funny, right? But like once they're done with this game, if this game doesn't replace like the Call of Duty Warzone crowd or those battle royale crowds, if this game fails to do that, this game is going to be like poof, because the way these games are set up, these battle royales, is that, and the way these classes are set up are even like compounding that even more. It's like, ganking, hardcore ganking, and the possibility of not being ganked. It's like, no, you've set up the game to be hyper toxic, so you're gonna get a hyper toxic community right off the bat.
Which, to be fair, from my general experience, like when I've talked to people about these types of games, that is most of games that are set up like this, where it's you versus like NPCs on the map versus other players. That's usually how it goes.
Grumpy says this game looks like hot garbage. Yeah, it does.
I also want to point out something really, really important. So this is an extraction shooter, online extraction shooter.
Yeah.
Bungie has never had a game that had good netcode or hit detection.
That's true.
True.
And the big thing
The
is
only reason people remember Halo 3 fondly is because Halo 3 was so big, you pretty much never played with people that didn't have really good ping with you.
You know,
Once
basically
the Halo 3 started to
everyone
die
had
off, if you played a single game, every single match was you have to shoot them twice as much because the shots don't count.
Yeah, and everyone had that. So it's not like one person just got lucky with like where
Halo
things
3
were.
was
It's like
peak.
everyone had that.
Halo 3 was peak. It was
case in
peak
point, Destiny's
Bungie.
multiplayer netcode is fucking abysmal.
I miss Halo 3.
Like the only thing that's been worse from multiplayer games I was playing besides Destiny was Halo Infinite because they decided the tick rate should be pre Xbox 360 era levels of tick rate.
Yeah, I tried a Arc Raiders chat. It wasn't my cup of tea, but Arc Raiders. See, the big thing is like when I look at this and I look at Arc Raiders, right? And I don't even like Arc Raiders, but I think Arc Raiders is a better game because at
Arc
least
Raiders actually has a smart matchmaking system, or
it's
at least
got
on paper it does.
it's got more interesting things. 90% of people will just gank you in Arc Raiders, at least from my experience of it. It was
So,
gank.
The
But
matchmaking is designed.
the PvE thing and the fact that people occasionally work together and there's that little bit of story events where people are helping each other, that is what makes Arc Raiders kind of cute and charming. But the fact that it's PvP is a complete turnoff for me.
So the thing with Arc Raiders
It-
is what it's supposed to work is the matchmaking will be based on how aggressive you play. If you attack other players, it matches you with more people that attack other players, and if you don't shoot other players, it'll try to match with players who don't shoot other players.
Skill-based matchmaking is ass.
So let me tell you how that actually worked out. So as somebody who played the game, I never shot a single person because I was like, no, I'm just not going to engage with shooting other people. I'll let them kill me. I'm just going to try to not shoot
That's why I
people.
said that's how it's supposed to
And you know what
work.
it turned into? You get shot by everybody all the time. All the time.
To me, what that sounds like is that player base is just that type of player base. Like it is what it is.
It's hyper ganky, but it's not as ganky as other ones. But if you don't like that style of game, do not buy Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is you got to be okay with PvP. You got to be okay with ganking. If you're okay with that stuff, then you'll be fine. You'll probably have a good time. And if you're not
So
okay with that, then you won't enjoy it.
You probably wouldn't like Sea of Thieves, Gibbs.
Sea of Thieves.
We're role-playing.
Oh my god, Sea of Thieves is so
Sea of
fun.
Thieves supposedly is slowly gonna roll out custom servers.
Sea of Thieves is cute and fun to like explore in, but it's also
Ship v
very
ship combat's actually fun.
the ship v ship combat's good, but if they needed more like PvE ships, because the problem with the PvP is that the whole like meta was like board the other guy's ship, kill their crew, and then win that way. It's like so boring.
Basically, unless you get really lucky and manage to one tap the majority of their crew, PvP ship versus ship combat is just who runs out of resources first,
Yeah.
Who
I
didn't
think-
stockpile the most cannons?
or who has the bigger ship almost always.
Yeah. So the big thing is with that, I like the trolling involved in that game. With the crying chest, where somebody takes it to the top of somebody's mast and
Yeah.
then hides up there.
So there was a lot of fun you could have with Sea of Thieves, but ultimately the main problems is especially it's mostly just on player versus player. Melee combat is dog shit. Ranged combat is it's okay, but melee combat is just did I get hit by their sword? Okay, I'm dead because I just get stun locked.
Melee combat was real rough in that game. It's whoever smung first.
It's
won first.
really bad.
What's funny is Minecraft 2.0 or Hytale. I was surprised how much fun that was. Like the combat felt satisfying. It's the perfect level of like a arcadey, but like has a little depth to it. If they could just do that, that'd be ideal. Well, we're streaming Little Possums. I'm doing pretty good. I already told chat this earlier, but after the drunk stream last night, I didn't do so good. I started salivating, and then I knew that what was coming next, as I was hyper salivating. I tried to make it to the bathroom in time, didn't, barfed on the floor, slipped on the floor, didn't fall, fortunately, caught myself in the bathtub, and then barfed into the bathtub. Then barfed a little bit, then cleaned up the floor, then went to bed sad.
He said by the time he was done, it was like 2
a.m. Say it. But we raised a lot of money, and thanks to you, Possums, we raised a lot more. That puts us a lot closer. We're about a third of the way to our goal of actually fixing little Robert's
computer
stuff. Now, by the way, I already had him replace the parts, so he's in the hole. So we're just helping him dig out of the hole because he has to work off these things anyways. So the cooking
Yeah,
video
it's
is
not like
coming.
if
Yeah, the cooking
yeah.
video is coming anyways. Not only is the cooking video coming, but the first episode of Red Sun Dream is coming too. So stuff is cooking. We didn't get like, what's the word? Like stopped by progress. We're just, in the hole a little. Just a little bit. So, what's down there? Skip.
Also, Kibbs, I can tell when you're like shifting forward and back in your chair.
Yep.
No, you don't.
You can literally see yourself shifting back and forth.
He's just a little guy.
Because so basically, chat Kibbs has the ADHD or autistic
Where he
back and
rocks
forth
back
thing.
and forth.
Yeah.
Yes, I have ADHD. If you didn't know, I'm surprised. You're surprised that I'm surprised. You're surprised.
He's not surprised. He's just pointing it out.
I like
Yeah.
how I'm always get crap. Like, you don't pilot your model. It's like, motherfucker,
You
I
don't.
have ADHD. I can't barely focus.
You
on
should
what
be
I'm
really
doing.
good at that.
Look at
He's like, I have ADHD. You should be thankful that I'm even able to get out of bed and get on the
I
computer.
don't
and talk
even
to
know
you.
what's happening. Like, if you have any idea, like, how hard it is to write lore, like, it's like, right, and I'm like, oh, I do like hot dogs. And it's like, no, God, I don't think about it.
I should buy more hot dogs when I go to the store later.
Hot dogs. Richard Phil donates £5 says, informational. If I'm in top chat, I can't talk. It says I'm not a subscriber. What? The little bit odd since I've been subscribed for 38 months. That's fucking weird. I'm in live chat. Have you been trying to type this whole time?
No, hold on. There's a difference between being a member
and a
versus
subscriber.
subscriber. Yeah.
That's true.
Make sure you're subscribed, chat. Do we have
Make
it
sure to
set that only
subscribe.
subscribers can talk? I don't remember.
You can. It's called
did set that a
subscriber
while
only.
ago.
I did that for some streams when we
Because
get
all
bot
the
heavy.
fucking bots are coming
Yeah,
in.
and unironically,
Oh.
it does filter out. Like, I don't think we've had any issues with bots on YouTube lately because of that.
But he also did set subscriber mode. I don't know if you ever turned it off though.
I don't know if I've ever turned it off. Yeah, we might have subscriber mode on forever, but that's okay because honestly, like there hasn't been bot problems anymore. No more sex bots trying to tell me that
Okay,
I can
that-
get
it's
laid.
slightly a lie. On some of the other platforms you stream to, there are bots.
Yes, the ones that don't
Just
have
one
subscriber only
Constant.
modes.
Yeah. So it's okay, chat. Look, I don't think what's his name? Richard? Is that his name?
Richard Phil.
Richard.
Yeah. I don't think Richard Phil really has an issue. Because he could just super chat if he wants to talk.
Richard's like, no. He's right there. He's just typing. Sorry,
He
I
said,
don't
"I
understand the
don't-"
difference. What do you mean? You're just a little guy. He's like,
So
"Little guy."
subscribing to the channel is going to the channel and clicking subscribe.
Yeah. Being a
Buying a
member.
membership is paying a fee every month.
Yeah, but you should.
They are
be
two different things.
Subscribed if you're being
Sorry,
a member.
I didn't understand the difference. Well, it looks like you're subscribed now because you can talk in here.
Yeah.
It's true.
Problem solved.
Unfortunately.
Damn.
So, Gibbs,
Chat, we need a new option. Set it so they have to pay to talk.
members only chat.
She's like, what the fuck? I hate Kib.
It's funny because most of the people, except for like
Stirha.
and Stirha, be able to talk.
It's just like
Because almost
setting that
everybody
on is like the anti Stirha. It's like, we're tired of Stirha. There's goofy little emojis.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Into the bucket. Next up, oh my god, I have this game. I have one of the Finding Nemo games. Disney D-lists 14 games on Steam. Hercules, Finding Nemo, gone. Scrubbed 14 classic games from Steam, including Hercules, Toy Story with no prior warnings. The unexplained delisting has sparked theories regarding expired licensing or potential future remasters. This sudden, I don't believe in the remasters, to be honest with you. I don't think there's a big demand.
No, there's not, but Disney, they do have a habit of, oh, hey, our thing is about to expire, just throw out some shovelware just so we
Throw
can
out
keep
some
the title.
shovelware. Here's like a fucking crappy app game it cost $5 for us to make. This sudden
Yeah,
removal
I would
raises concerns about digital ownership as these titles risk becoming abandonware. It's a fair thing to be concerned about. So yeah, why didn't... Okay, well, nobody knows why.
Yeah, it's literally all speculation other that these were delisted. That's it.
Yeah. So that's bad. Again, like when it comes down to it, video games need to be preserved even if they're shit. They should be able to be acquired. Like that's the thing I think we should just put our foot down on. If it's an ass game, doesn't matter. If it's fucking whatever that game was called, something VentureCom, no, something what was it called? It was got pulled. It like lived for a day and then died. Nobody remembers its name. It's so forgettable.
No.
Whatever.
No, why would I know that?
It's got that they had really ugly looking characters.
Oh, the one that it's like holy shit! Like no, was it the one that like Sony propped up? Was it that one?
Yeah, it was like Sony,
Concord?
I think. Concord, yeah.
Concord.
It poofed. Like it should be able to be preserved. And then somebody tried to preserve it and then they shut it down. And it's like, oh my fuck.
Reminds me of,
It's like you will not
was
keep
it?
our game alive.
what was the one with the penguin and it says "Come at me, bro" to the fucking Overwatch?
Oh my god.
Was it? I don't know if it was Vanguard or something. I
High
can't remember.
guard.
Oh my god, High Guard. That's gonna
High
shit
watch
itself.
or something.
I've heard bad things about what that High Guard game coming out. That's gonna
It's no, because it's it is high guard because it's just Overwatch.
Lawbreakers, I think, or Battleborn. Battleborn is what it was.
Oh
one of
my god,
those.
Battleborn.
yeah, it was like,
Battleborn
"Come at me,
just-
bro," dies in a week.
I own Battleborn. I got
do
it because
I.
I was like, I'm
Oh, yeah,
gonna
that's
try
interesting,
this because it looks kind of neat. It looks like a arena shooter. I tried it and I was like, this is kind of mid. And then like looked at the news and saw it died like instantly. Went, well, fuck.
that was the era where
So
you kept
right, it
picking
was-
games that would die really quickly.
It wasn't me that did that. It's just that was every game that came out. It's just coincidence.
Yeah, you kept picking games that would die. Yeah.
Coincidence. Kid buys your game.
games.
It's like fuck.
More
Studio.
likely than you think.
He would kill games and campaigns.
Oh, boo hoo, boo hoo. I've never killed a single game in my life. Adjust glasses. Concord died in
Big
10
count.
days. Do you even own Artifact? I don't even know what that. Oh, that's card game. No, if it's a card game, I don't own it because I don't like card games.
The Valve game.
But he does own a relic.
Fuck. It's gonna be the 10th anniversary of Lawbreakers. Is Lawbreakers still alive?
No, no way.
Check. Check, Chumpus. Chumpa check. Why has it got the like? Is it still live?
Blake says no.
Okay, it's delisted
It's
even.
delisted.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
very dead. It's very dead. Take each gum.
Yeah, honestly, that's pretty dead.
Apparently, there's an unofficial way to play it from a year ago, post from a year ago.
That's not surprising. Video game preservationists and people who want to play games try to keep them alive if they can. Battleborn and Concord so bad even Rule 34 artists won't touch it. Damn, it's true. You know what isn't delisted? Bleeding Edge, says Blake, looking at me with his fat little fucking face.
He also really wants you to play a coin
He's
game.
like, fuck, I'm just a little guy. Is
Lawbreakers
Lawbreakers
the one made by
the
the
Dishonored developer? I don't remember.
that sounds right to me.
Hmm. I
When the
don't
Gremlin Aerith frowns, it looks unnatural.
I look British.
It looks distraught
My-
and disappointed.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Makes me feel retarded. No. Where was
Battleborn also released on the same day as Overwatch due to Randy Nickford's insistence on competing with Blizzard.
it? I can take you all on. And then Randy just fucking gets stepped on like
After he gets thrown in the dumpster, they just say, "Not even in a fight."
Fuck
Leading
you.
Edge is the one that has the big fat woman with pink hair that rides a motorcycle.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself.
I think he meant to say motorcycle.
No, it was the Gears of War developer says chat bitches. There's no point where Gremlin Aerith looks natural. Yeah, it's true. She's a gremlin. Whoa.
It is still on Steam.
All right.
No, motorcycle. Well, there you go.
So there you have it, chat. Disney delisting games. So if there's any Disney vidges you want, actually, this raises an interesting question. Let's open up Good Old Games. Good Old Games has Hercules on it, does it not? Was that delisted over there too? The Hercules game I remember owning on PS1. How do I search on this thing? I always forget.
You have to go to all games and then search.
They got to work on the storefront and the fucking optimization. Oh
No,
my god!
Kibs, you're at the storefront at the top. You have to click all games.
Like, do you see my mouse stuck? Like, it's broken. It's bro-
Now you can search.
All right, what
It
was it
sounds
called?
like operator for
Hercules. Oh my god!
Hercules.
Here, I'm
Hercules.
posting 2 images from
It's
Bleeding
not.
Edge.
It's dead. All right, let's pull up these images. Hercules is dead, Chatfishes. Like, oh my fucking god. That's fucking terrible, chat. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking... What the fuck is that?
That's the fat woman on the on a cycle.
Oh my god, like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck wants to play this?
I will post
Oh
2 more
my
images.
god, no.
Here is 2 more images.
Say, oh my god, it just has a not good art style.
That looks ugly as fuck.
This is
Yeah.
terrible.
The man skipped leg day.
He did.
He did.
This looks like this looks like somebody fucking around in Gary's mod is what it looks like.
So here's my thought process. All of these hero shooters have the worst ideas possible, and it all stems from the idea that, oh yeah, everything needs to look unique from a distance. And so you get all these wacky ass fucking creations that don't look good.
like look at that, Bucky. Like, what the fuck is that? It's
You
like,
know what's actually funny
it
about
looks
that?
so bad.
Unironically, like games like Battlefield and whatnot kind of had that figured out, where it's like, okay, if you're playing a class, right, like usually
Supports
a
have
class will, like,
backpacks and like
Yeah,
engineers have like
exactly.
little hats. And like it's
Yeah.
it's an easy way to tell. Like Star Wars Battlefront nailed it too. It's like, you know, if you're a regular trooper,
And
you're
that's
a
actually
regular
what I was
trooper.
going to
You got
get
a little
into.
helmet,
Is
you got that.
that unironically, games like Battlefield, Battlefront, they actually have like the answer to this, but other people just don't want to accept the answer.
Oh, it's not. Look here's the problem. It's not even that. Battlefield and Battlefront have something called massive fucking player-on-player action, where you have like sometimes 64 or more people on the same goddamn map.
Yeah, blast away at
I
each
can
other.
understand that. Call of Duty doesn't have this fucking problem.
Yeah, it's like
Literally everybody's using their own
8v8.
fucking weapons and shit. Yeah. It's the hero shooter part aspect that causes the problem.
Hero shooters 5v5
Oh,
if
sure,
I
I
remember
agree with
right.
that too.
If I remember right for structure. 5v5. 5v5,
Mhm.
4v4, 3v3. Something like that. So
And
it's like
also
barely
since
any
you're,
players.
and it's also, since you were like focusing on the hero shooter aspect of it, they also want to try to have them all be like quirky and unique, and it's
Yeah.
just like you don't need to do that. Like, you can do that just through their abilities.
Yeah, having them be unique is one thing. Having them be quirky is another. It's like, look at my quirky, like, look at this shit. Like, I got my, like, samurai wannabe fucking black
Spray
dude
paint or
with
whatever.
spray paints, and he's painted his sword, and he's super artsy, and he's a Breck samurai. And I got my quirky, you know, young prepubescent child, you know, with her disabled legs, and like she's got a little quirky hat, and she rides a rocket. And then I got my fat, morbidly obese, I forgot leg day samurai sumo fuck. And I got my whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know. And then we got fat bitch on a fucking like wheel, like this fucking whore. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh yeah, she's
Like she's missing a
disabled.
leg.
She's disabled, so she's, you know, rides a tire because she's so fucking fat. She can't fucking
Get it, kids? She's fast because she's disabled, so she has a tire. It makes her fast.
gotta go fast. Oh my god, this is dumb, Bucky. Bucky, look
Well,
at that.
yeah.
Look at that.
Like Overwatch didn't do like when it initially came out. Oh my god, she's also fat.
Yeah.
Look at her fucking tube of a face.
She kind of looks like you, Kibbs.
What the fuck? That's me.
Yeah, look at that.
I
She
think
looks like
Blake
she
wants
swallows
me to show
hamburgers
the
whole.
granny.
What?
Yeah, she looks like she swallows hamburgers whole, Kibbs. She looks like you.
Yeah, fine, fine, Blake, fine.
What's Blake
Kibbs'
want?
face is twitching.
Joy switching.
I will
All the
put
caffeine.
a few more images up.
Always carries
Like,
a spare
I
tool.
hate this visual aspect that they have going on.
Chat, I want you
Yeah,
all.
I
Okay,
just don't care for
chat, think about this, right? Imagine getting a poster of
Fair.
this as a motivational poster in your room, you know? Be like, if I don't work out, like, that's going to be my wife. It's gonna-
Chat, if you work hard for 10 years, in
There's
industry,
there's the
this is
granny.
person you could marry.
Then don't work at all, honestly. Don't work.
Yeah.
Better to die alone.
If you strive hard enough, chat, you'll be able to be qualified to marry that thing.
She's gonna ride my hog all
There.
day.
Hands is,
I've posted
Hands'
the
grandma.
granny, Blake.
Hans' grandma's in the picture.
Fuck, what the fuck? Is this from that game
The
too?
nose.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Jewish. Oh my god, no, cancel
Oh,
again.
I know why he said it. I was like, it's the nose.
Hey, it's me,
Yeah, it's
Hands.
that look.
Like that's Hands showing up to my house, being like, "You're gonna buy the pizza, right? You're gonna buy." It's like you fuck, you fuck.
No, I need you to buy 2 calzones, then I'll eat yours.
He will. I'm never gonna forget that. That son of a bitch started eyeing my calzone like the fat little lard ass he was. Oh my god, that's when I snagged it. I'm like, fuck, you were thinking about it. He was gonna steal my calzone. That's how I know. Like,
The best part is I wasn't.
see, Hands. Like, I never put much stock in like the Jewish memes, you know, because you're my Jewish friend, you know. So I don't look at that way, right? But when Hands visited and hung out with me, it opened my eyes. He just tries to take things. He just
He was rubbing his hands together.
he's like,
Kibbs.
ooh, that calzone looking pretty good. And I had to
I'll
like
take his
grab
the statue next time I'm there.
they're
He's
good
like, "Where's
calzones,
Arthas?"
but goddamn, I don't have a statue of
He has an
Arthas.
Arthas. You have an Arthas statue, Kibbs?
I
You
have a
fucking
I have a
idiot.
statue of Frostmourne though. Yeah.
it's
Okay,
Frostmourne.
Okay,
I'll
hold
steal
on.
that.
Hands, I need you to bring a black light to the next visit.
I
and-
didn't
and
chew
point
him
out
on
that-
Frostmourne, if you're asking. Nor did I,
I show up there.
chew on my SR2
Yeah.
Normandy.
I show up there. I like put the black one on there. Gibbs, you need to explain this. That wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Oh, I'm just
If
glad
it,
I
if
got
it
rid of
really
that.
wasn't him, but it's covered in like fucking
Alright.
splatter. you'd
I've
have
also
big
posted the
questions.
Steam store page.
Hands, is this what your grandma looks like though, for real?
No,
How
it would be more
close?
skeletal.
Oh,
Nose
no!
isn't long enough.
So the nose isn't long enough. Hands, like it kind of looks like you, Hands.
If you say so.
If you say so. He's giving up. This game just
Hey,
doesn't
look how the fucking witch doctor in that last one just has really the helmet of a witch doctor and then nothing else that's really
and then shoes
involved
and
with it.
then feet.
What, you mean lack of shoes?
Yeah, lack of shoes. Like literally, it's just the helmet.
Like this whole
Yeah.
thing looks like visual vomit, if I'm not gonna lie. Like the characters just being here doesn't look like fun and exciting, you know? I see this and I'm like, a bunch of freaks showed up and decided to fight each other. Like, oh boy.
Okay, Kibbs, watch the trailer.
Oh well. Richard donates a generous £5. He says, didn't Team Fortress 2 begin to fail because they decided to get quirky? Well, too quirky. I remember when they were implying Pyro was Troon, smiley
I
face.
don't remember that ever being an official thing.
No.
I don't recall that. I just remember Team Fortress
Wasn't it
2.
the delusion stuff?
I think Team Fortress 2
no,
just died
Best,
eventually.
at best, Pyro is actually hinted at being a girl. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah.
And then it's implied that Pyro is actually like the announcer voice.
Pyro's
No,
is-
that's the.
There's a fan
woman-
theory, isn't it?
The
It-
that,
it is a
that's the
fan
that's the.
They have a model of
overseer
her.
woman.
They have a model of her.
Yeah, she's in the comics. She shows up.
I'm specifically just talking about like the meet the team.
Meet the Bucketfish. Like, meet the Bucketfish.
Yeah, it's Pyro running through.
Product
the
received for
Valhalla
free.
field.
Negative review.
Oh. I don't know why. I guess that I had it linked to the things. You just
All right, let's see
scroll up.
this fucking trailer, boy. Ready?
Ninja Theory.
Ready to like, comment, subscribe? Check fuck yeah.
Following the illegal hacking of human augment systems, black market
Hacker
cybernetic
Man.
technology continues to spread globally.
On tonight's program, we discuss how illegal body modifications are awesome. These guys are augmented.
Monsters! Yes, augmented. Like you. I mean, isn't that why you're here?
Targets acquired. It looks like there's some sort of
Looks like they're fighting each other and stuff.
Like a plague. These criminals must be rounded up and...
Was all supposed to shadow something here.
Gross.
Go, misfit! Get to the objective!
That was a Reinhardt thing.
Yeah, it just looked like Timu Overwatch, doesn't it?
Oh, look, it's the voodoo doctor guy.
Fat bitch.
Nothing
Hands his
sucks.
mom.
Why do we fight? Because we like it.
Because we like it. It's consensual.
Why don't you join us? Team up.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh my
That phrase at the end reminded me of the "be gay, do crime."
At least with Overwatch, there were actual terrorists killing people.
Let's see how bad Overwatch is. This got me curious. All right, let's do a
Oh,
side
that's
by
right,
side.
Overwatch 2 came to Steam. I completely forgot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mostly negative by 250,000. Fuck, that's terrible.
What they started Overwatch 2 just took Overwatch and just pushed microtransactions even harder. That's all they did.
So let's
That's
compare
like
this to their
$20
trailer.
for that.
Season
Oh, gameplay.
20.
Showed gameplay immediately.
For me, there was peace. There was quiet.
At least the female character isn't hideous,
War is coming. And I
but she's a little bit
will be
Sims looking.
victorious. Do you dare face the might of vendetta?
Yeah, this game has a better visual identity.
Your defeat brings
You can also appreciate that
Not
the
my-
trailer's actually showing gameplay as opposed to just
Because like
So
this
she's a combo character.
this
Fuck
game
off.
isn't for me, but like
all of this
if I had to compare it to the other one, this one kind of knows what it is, but looks. Oh my god, what the fuck did they do to this game?
It will not change
So
your
they also
fate.
brought in that femboy character from Thailand or some shit with the flowers.
Fucking Christ.
This is
Oh, that's
pretty
right. They
weird.
fucking changed McCree's name to something.
Yeah.
He's like not McMail.
The issue is everyone knows him
He's
as
also
McCree.
gay.
Oh yeah, they're all gay now, aren't they?
yeah. Every time a controversy happened in Blizzard, they'd announce one of the characters as gay.
Yeah,
to-
so it's a new sexual assault charge comes out. That's fucking.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
our
like
latest
quite
character
literally.
is non-binary.
By the way,
Unironically.
Diva is actually a trans. Oh,
Ignore all the
Diva.
porn made of them.
It turns out Diva was always a dude. Wait, what?
Also, Hog identifies as a little girl. So what? Why did you say that? No, what are you doing? Blizzard's like,
If they wanted to be funny, it's like I've never done that. He is actually doing it right now. I've never said that in my
the
life.
Kevin Spacey defense. I'm gay.
They are all gay except in China.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all
Yeah, they
gay
actually
except in
do.
China. In China, they're all
Or the
hetero.
Middle East. No, or the Middle East.
Yep, that's
Yep.
true. 5.9 hours I'll never get back in my life.
That's only the one you played on Steam too.
It's true. Man, like talk about an embarrassment.
Click view more on DLC. Let's see how much the total DLC cost is.
It's not the worst, but it's not something I'd ever pay for.
Significantly less than I was expecting them to be DLC wise.
Welcome to Overwatch 2. We slapped a fucking 2 on it because, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, we were gonna make a PVE game and like have a bunch of stuff. We scrapped all that and then just re-released the game but put a 2.
I paid for this game years ago. Now I'm paying $40 for skins. Fuck. Oh my god, the top reviews are all fucking negative. Fucking Jesus. This game's a lost cause, Japros.
Mm-hmm. We're at High Guard. That's on Steam, isn't it?
Yeah, so the next one we have to talk about is High Guard. Now, this is supposedly the next big thing. This is the thing that they announced at the end of the Game Awards, like, it's a big game.
The greatest thing in the next generation of gaming.
Like, oh my god. Like, everyone that's played this game has said it's really, really, really bad.
All they did was copy mechanics from Paladins and Overwatch.
Let's just take a look at it and let the game speak for itself. I mean, it's got a better art style than Overwatch. Looks less gay.
You see that now.
Oh, damn, that's a big
See, there's the Paladin mechanic. You have mounts.
Yep.
Damn, you killed a bear.
Is that a tri-barrel fucking...
I was looking at that. It's like, I'm only seeing one mag, but multiple barrels.
I saw 3 magazines.
Bursted his bubble. He doesn't have a fat woman on a unicycle. This is true.
Hold on, not yet.
Yeah. Destructible environments, chat.
Excuse me, you mean Levolution?
By the way, them turning into red orbs, by the way, is purely for China. So that they they don't show people dying.
Because they get really fucking weird about it.
Give me your orb. Give me your orb.
She's the Reaper standard.
Moving in for the attack.
Generic assault rifle gun. I recognize you.
I'm the Mei character.
The Mei character.
Say that's literally like Mei's ability.
I like how there's like one character for these fucking.
That's the same animation for Zenyatta when he throws his orbs.
Yep.
What the fuck? It's like they're all creatively bankrupt.
No,
That fucking
if it's Chinese, it's stealing wisdom.
Giant panther tank.
He was part of the Nazi party.
Fuck. Why didn't they just move the shield centerpiece to the top? Then what? Batter that.
That'd be unfair.
Batter that, bitch.
Hey, look, it's the monkey. What's his name?
Winston.
Yeah, Winston.
He's the storm that is approaching.
Okay, so he's Pharaoh. Or Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Ah, we got
Oh look,
McCree.
it's McCree.
What the fuck? It is just McCree! Timu McCree!
Tearbeard.
I didn't see a Tearbeard. Tearbeard!
My first cast, though.
The best way to play Overwatch was parties with only Tearbeards.
You know what's really funny? I will always remember this, even though I've never played Overwatch. It was considered such bad manners when you were on offense to pick Tearbeard that people would actually report people doing that.
Remember when they used to let people be whatever character and then it'd be all Winston parties?
People got really
you know, like,
toxic.
because you just get rolled. What an ass game. Oh my god.
They copy-pasted some animations from Apex and Titanfall 2. I'm not surprised.
Wildlight Entertainment, what's their track record? Nothing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
From the developers of Titanfall and Apex Legends comes this new company who probably had nothing to do with either of those games besides they were like an intern.
Fuck, man. So fucking ass. So fucking ass. Okay, get back to the Budgecast topics. Disney games, get out of here.
This Budgecast is going on a long time.
This Budgecast is going.
Yeah, look
Let's
at
get
the
out of here.
time.
We're almost done. Unfortunately, there's 2 more topics. These Twitter things were just...
I mean, chat's been posting topics, but that's more of a fireside.
Chatfish, please. Chatfish.
That's
like,
a fireside.
They slap a
thing,
link
not
down.
podcast.
They look up at you like, point it with Finn. Steam updates. AI disclosure form to specify that it's focused on AI-generated content that is consumed by players, not efficiency tools used behind the scenes. So this is big news. The tweak addresses the fact that generative AI tools have been stuffed into just about every piece of software professionals use. That's not wait, what?
It's referring to like search engines, not just art.
Oh, okay, okay.
But like it's
So,
like people
the
using
sort of
Grok
this-
or whatever.
Steam has updated their policy where developers no longer have to say they've used AI. Specifically,
It's
if it's
just a
for
student.
tools, it's not art related.
Gotcha.
they've updated it so that developers no longer have to report when they use AI for stuff like that. But as far as I'm aware, if AI art is used, it still needs to be reported,
Yeah.
at least for now.
They're just going to find a workaround basically saying, oh, all the stuff up till we made the art was not AI.
I mean, it's good that Steam lists it. If they use AI, you should have to. Like, that's the reality. It's the same, like, if you use something in your game, if you have DRM, you need to list it, whether you have that too. Because the consumer should know what they're buying, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anytime I see people against that are usually people who want the ability for game devs to be able to lie to you if you have microtransactions or DRM and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's an argument that just has no merit. Like, the reality is that as a consumer, like on your storefront, you should have to list the minimum specs, the requirements, what it can do, what's there, the reviews, the discussion board, stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. That's not really up for debate. It's not really up for discussion. So, yeah. But it's interesting because they're trying to wiggle around. Now, this is not something we're going to watch the full thing of, by the way. We're just going to skim it because it's long, and it's just an early preview of a game called Brigador. Yes, it's that Brigador, the war crime
Brigador
game.
Killers.
But it's called Brigador Killers. It is the sequel game that the studio's been working on. And it's like a more smaller, sort of like adventure, not adventure, like RPG kind of looking game from what I've seen. Because you can like drive around, deliver boxes and stuff. And like this section here. There's some Christmas trees. Different missions. Chop shop. We'll get into some gameplay. Dealership. It looks kind of like Syndicate is what people are saying. And I can see why.
Like Project Zomboid is a little bit more high res, I guess.
So instead of being in mechs going around and stomping on people, it looks like this time around you're going to be like a little dude running around doing missions and stuff.
I'm getting, what is it? Grand Theft Auto.
Like
1
old school?
vibes?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I was going to say 2. GTA 2.
Grand Theft Auto 2, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Kinda. Well, the GTA 2 is more top-down. This is isometric.
No, I understand what he was saying, where it's basically you
Yeah.
just run around and like just shoot people or do stuff. But can you persuade? You can, with the business end of a gun.
And smack the car into that. It's definitely an interesting concept. I wonder what they're going to do with it. Do they have the store page up?
Let me look.
I'm a big fan of their art style, where it is 3D but flattened. It's literally old school CG backgrounds, if you're familiar with that graphical technique.
Brigador Killers does have a store page. Yes, it's definitely been updated because I see. Yeah, that video is on it too.
Let's go check the store page, because that might have more
I'll
details.
post it in the chat if you want, or you can just search it.
I got it. Brigador. Check Brigador. And then they just look at you. It's sad. Like, fuck. Just a little chat.
I mean, hopefully there's Max. Those would made the game cool.
Oh, they just put that entire video we just watched
Yes.
there. Nice. All right, well, we're just going to take a look. The goofy little faces.
That's a face.
So Brigador
That's a face. I don't want to be here.
is a series of like war crimes and like very like dark. It's very dark, if I remember right, the story.
Isn't it basically like a bunch of corporations basically?
It's fairly dystopian, yes.
Yes.
But specifically, it's taking place on a planet where it's basically the Banana Republic that has just been overthrown and it's chaos.
Yeah, but it's a complete nightmare. So they do have vehicles. You can see some armored cars here. But it seems like they're going for a more scrolled in thing. Here we got one of those walkers.
And that's the player controlling that because you can see the crosshairs for the aiming.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're going to start as a foot dude working your way up to getting a walker, rather than just getting like
or
the
the
large war
walkers might be
machines
a
first.
specific type of mission too.
Let's see. Isometric simulator, fight on foot and in vehicles, and steal private arsenal and kill some rich pricks who ruined it for the rest of us. Your character is a down-and-out nobody thrust into a violent underbelly of the SNC homeworld after corrupt cops are set upon you, and the only path forward is to meet the violence head-on. Get around Marnaso on foot, or go loud against local forces with your own armor. Acquire blah blah 30 weapons, corporate zip guns, drive stuff, so vehicles. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as the other Brigador.
Different place. I wonder if they're gonna do an entire book, because didn't Brigador come with like a digital novella or something as well? Because they actually did a lot of actually world building and setting up an entire setting.
Yep.
For Brigador.
Because for those who are unfamiliar, the previous Brigador has a mod kit. Interesting.
Oh, there's a mod kit now? Neat.
But yeah, this is the original Brigador. Because this is one of those games that, while it is popular, not a lot of people actually know about it. And the other one, you're just like on a mecha. I'm curious to see how the new one is. But I do kind of like the original look a lot more for the first game, so it'll be curious to see how they do it. Granted, the first game was heavily focused on, like, the carnage being very big.
Yes, it also has a fantastic soundtrack.
It's really good low-res art style. Do these fireside chats happen every Saturday? This is a bunch cast. Fireside chats happen every couple of days or so. Thank you for the nation.
Fireside chats are...
We didn't do any this week because we were kind of just like letting news pile up.
So for the difference, fireside chats are typically more freeform and like chat can print articles and we can look at stuff, whereas bunchcast is more of a structured, like we gather a bunch of articles and we go over stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of everything. I think I'll just
everything I brought.
I'll just touch up on this quickly. So I made some tweeter posts a while back. So
X posts.
The big thing about Fallout, fuck it, I'll just talk about it without really even need to go into too much, is that a bunch of the people came out that worked on Fallout basically said, we didn't play the games, we never wanted to play games, and we're not going to play the games, and whatever. And it's like, yeah, that shows...
No one's surprised. To literally no one's surprised.
If you don't play the games, no wonder your characters are inaccurate. So if you know anything about recent news, Fallout TV show's been not doing so well. Huge controversy because Mr. House and a bunch of characters were portrayed not as they were in the video game, portrayed as maniacs and like nut jobs, versus in the actual games, Mr. House has like a plan and a whole thing about like what he was doing and why he was saving people and stuff like that, because he's literally the guy. The reason why the West Coast managed to survive as well as it does in the Fallout universe was because Mr. House built a series of anti-nuclear missile defenses because he was preparing for the war. And he wanted to make sure that, you know, he would survive and people would survive on the West Coast. He had tried to basically push the United States to do it, but because of the chaos and bureaucracy, it was just not going to happen. And so he's like, fine, I'm just going to build my own fucking thing.
I'm just going to build up New Vegas, pretty much.
Yep. And so that's like the big thing. The other thing is that, again, the show's just not very good. It just misses the mark. Much like the Star Trek show, much really like the fucking James Cameron thing. It's all out of touch movies lately. What?
You know what I find really funny, though? In regards of how disrespectful the show is, this one, season 2, is about the same in terms of disrespect as season 1.
Yeah.
Yet for whatever reason, people care about it now.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think the honeymoon phase is over, right? People are like, oh, it's funny and it's quirky. Because I'm not going to name names, but the usual like things I would see from people online would be like, oh, you know, it's funny and it's quirky and it's goofy, and Fallout's always been goofy. Fallout has humor, yes, and if you played the originals.
But it was ultimately like humor in a dark,
but it was also in-universe humor. It wasn't just goofy, quirky Reddit humor. Capitalists are evil, haha, tee.
Actually, no. So there is one thing that they do point to, but here's the thing: they are pointing to literal Easter eggs in Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
Actually,
like the Star Trek Easter egg or the Doctor Who Easter egg, which is like 1 in a billion chance to get those to fucking proc because they're literally rare as fuck. But yeah. So the big thing is it's just one of those things where they just miss the mark. A lot of the normies that like the show, most of them haven't played the games. And that's one of the issues. The reason why you see it with the Fallout TV show more with Halo is because Fallout is much older than Halo. Halo, people could pick up on it right away. Fallout's one of those things where most people's Fallout interpretation is either New Vegas
Bethesda's
or
Fallout.
Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And because it's Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, they understand Fallout as this. This is Bethesda's Fallout. And the reason why fans don't like this, or people like me who's an actual fan who doesn't like this, is because the West Coast lore, aka, Black Isles lore, or the older, lore from the older devs that actually made this setting to begin with, wasn't like that. Like, the retcons are just over the top. The idea that capitalism is the reason why the war started, despite the fact that both the original creators Tim Kaine and oh god, what's his name, Chris Avellone, came out and said no, that was not the case whatsoever, and it was not about capitalism being evil. And that's just, it's a complete disconnect. It's purely like just awful. They basically also announced that the Fallout TV show would be getting a reality show that would have people live in a vault and they would film it, and it's going to be like a reality show or something. Sounds like it's going to be ass, to be honest with you. But that's what they're going to do next. Like, it really has shown how far Fallout has fallen. Now that it's appealing to the normies, they're literally like, okay, how can we make this more normie slop than it already is, And so instead of quality control or any sort of focus on quality, it's just like, we're going to make another show. It's going to be reality slop, and it's going to be set in a vault, and that's going to be the joke, and it's going to be reality slop. Like, they're really scraping the barrel with this franchise, dudes. It is bad. It is bad. I have no hope for future Fallouts. And the other thing to note is that because I've actually looked into the show, it pretty much takes all of the stuff that New Vegas did and pretty much throws it out the window. Pretty much all the canon, all the setting, all the characters, any of the establishing. The kings are just ghouls and they're just weird and like killed off now. The NCR is like a killed off as a faction. Caesar's Legion is a bunch of like weirdos. It's just like, it's completely disconnected versus Caesar's Legion in the games. And if you haven't played the games, I understand, you might not know. But Caesar's Legion is literally like evil. It's like this evil, like tyrannical force that's coming from the east, and it's terrifying to the people because it's like they'll crucify you, they'll kill you if they think you're slightly out of line, and if not, they'll make you a slave, and then you're literally going to spend your life as a slave. It's the reason.
Well, the Caesar's Legion is the barbarians at the gate.
Yeah, they're the barbarians at the gate. The NCR is basically, the last chance for humanity as a civilization, but it's falling apart internally because it's suffering from corruption.
It's corrupted.
And Mr. House presents an alternative of an old world solution using the Securetrons to establish a autonomous New Vegas that isn't a vassal of Caesar's Legion or conquered by Caesar's Legion and isn't taken by the NCR and basically annexed into it. That's basically New Vegas. New Vegas wants to or Mr. House wants to set up his own like domain and is more than willing to work with the NCR, but not becoming completely annexed and pushed out of the game.
If Mr. House is going to do anything with the NCR, he wants to do it as a peer,
not
equal.
As a subject.
Yes.
He wants to be at the table, not pushed around. And so like that's the big thing there.
Not only that, House was the only legitimate person that had any capacity to make all the changes necessary for civilization to work correctly.
He's your best bet. That's why, like, generally my favorite playthrough in New Vegas is always siding with the House. House always wins.
Unironically, it feels like House is the story that is fleshed out the most.
It is.
Not only that, you get negative karma for shooting him.
No, yeah, killing him.
Yeah.
Because Mr. House isn't evil. Like, he's not an evil person. He may be a philanthropist and might be like super wealthy, but everything he did wasn't to like kill people and just for absolute power. It was survival and for humanity's interest. If you talk to him, he talks about that. Now, he's still a human being. He still has his urges and desires, right? That's why he's got that robot named after that one lady he brain scanned because he likes her. That's why he likes to collect snow globes, because he's just super passionate about it. He's quirky like that. But other than that, he's interested in the best interest for what to do with New Vegas. and what to do against these other encroaching powers. Hence why he sets up the treaty in such a way that the NCR is kind of like shackled to him, because he doesn't want the NCR to outright annex him.
You know what I would want, Kibbs?
But
I would want, you know how the how Bioshock Infinite's like art design looked?
Yep, like
I would
futurism.
want I want that art style, but in a prequel Fallout game for when you're playing as Dr. House.
See, you know
Or,
what's
Mr.
funny,
House.
right? Like, that's actually the same art style. The problem is Bethesda has taken the art direction in the wrong direction, because they don't know what the art style looks like. Because, yeah, if you look at Fallout 1 and 2, I know the graphics are kind of crusty, but if you look at, like, the statues and stuff, they're literally Bioshock. Like, very, 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 like, sort of like Art Deco is the direction.
If you're talking Bioshock, it's Art Deco.
In fact, but I would want the I would want a prequel story of the espionage and the
internal politics
of him trying to figure out a way to save everybody
to basically do what he did. Yeah, because there's a reason why he built the missile defense system independently of the government. And there's also, like, there's so much more interesting stuff, because the Enclave knew about the war was going to happen the way it was, because the Enclave is the deep state. It's not the continuation of the regular U.S. government, because in lore, the U.S. government continued to operate a few days, I believe, after the bombs fell, and then, because nothing was getting done and everything's collapsing and
it just collapsed.
Radiation reigns, it just collapsed. There was occasionally like holdouts here and there, but for the most part, the United States couldn't hold together following the bomb dropping. And the Enclave hid, and the Enclave also worked with Vault-Tec, and their plan was to build a void ship, because they had two plans. One, retake Earth if they could, and two, if they couldn't retake Earth from the Fallout Apocalypse, it was to just leave, fuck off. And that's why the Vault experiments were social experiments, to see what they could do to make a society for the ships, and some of them were controlled vaults, so they could pull population from them if they needed to replenish their numbers. And so that's the general gist of it, right? And as it turns out, you had tribals form, then you had some new governments form, you had Shady Sands, which became the capital of the NCR, and then Fallout 1 is about people coming out of their shells and basically trying to survive. And then Fallout 2 is about civilizations emerging, and Fallout New Vegas, which is really just Fallout 3 if you think about it, is the continuation of that same storyline of civilizations now starting to fight against butt heads, and actually wars are beginning. And
which is the entire ethos behind War Never Changes, because deep down, humans don't change.
Yep.
It's just civilization game.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why the Chris Avellone and the story, when he did New Vegas, it's the same. It's just following the story beats. But Fallout 3 is just a reset. Fallout 4 is a reset. They don't actually advance the timeline. The Brotherhood of Steel is still stuck in their dogmatic ways. While on the West Coast, the Brotherhood of Steel's dogmatic ways is what's caused the Brotherhood to start to fall apart. They're not adapting. Yeah. They're staying techno-barbarian, or not techno-barbarians, but they're hoarding technology, refusing to give it to the NCR. The NCR is tired of their bullshit.
I want to say, they're the other direction of techno-barbarians. They're like techno-elitists. Like, we literally cannot trust you with this technology.
The NCR is like, give us the power plant because we want to use the power plant because we need the energy. And they're like, no, you can't have it. Which leads to the Battle of Helios 1.
They spend so much blood and treasure getting that.
This is why the Institute is the only correct answer in Fallout 4.
See, the Institute as a faction is interesting. I like it because it's a faction that's like about like progressing the storyline, right? And it's one of the few Bethesda things I like. I just hate the fact that they're like, oh, the Institute's evil and they're bad, and also they're slavers.
Here's the issue. I like the idea of the Institute, but like you said, Bethesda just cannot write nuanced factions.
They're just like, they're evil, but it's like,
no, unironically,
what they write in the lore.
If you're playing Fallout 4, right, with the Institute, even if you have like 100 science, like max science, they will look at you. It's like, he's a fucking idiot. It's like, really?
Despite the fact you're smarter than them. That to be fair, Fallout 4's dialogue is really bad. Not only that, there were so many scrapped things. Also, the entire plot where everyone's a synth is really dumb. Because in the cut files,
so stupid.
The leader of the Brotherhood is also a synth, by the way. They pulled
that was the only reason they got the Predwin up.
No, so that's actually one thing I do find kind of funny, though, about at least that particular... And this is what I was saying. It's like, I think that thing accidentally got in. It wasn't like an intentional thing, because basically the synths. It's like, okay, no, if we actually want to progress humanity, Brotherhood of Steel, my brother in flesh, I guess we have to move forward.
Chat points out
It's
that
like one of those things where I don't think the Brotherhood of Steel would have been revived if Maxwell wasn't a fucking synth, because he's the one who got the resources for the Predwin to come together.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. I like that plot point where it's like the only reason the Brotherhood would be around is kind of in spite of that, because outside force is like, okay, we're going to do this.
Also, what's weird is the Brotherhood of Steel just won't like they either write them as evil guys, or they write them, because in the original lore it's not that they're evil, they are trying to be a force for good.
The monks.
It's just the problem is that they're monks. They've kind of become too like stuck in their ways. New Vegas sort of addresses this with them actually talking about like, we need to change with the times or otherwise we're going to get left behind.
Yeah, it's also like in the second Fallout, the Brotherhood comes to an agreement with the NCR about technology.
Yeah, they come to a truce pretty much, because otherwise the NCR would go to war. Goodbye,
right,
Bucky.
later.
Bucky, we miss you, Bucky. Yeah.
And then he died.
But yeah, Fallout's really cool. I like Fallout. Well, I liked old Fallout stuff. I will say,
actually, you liked the setting.
Yeah, because I will say this:
you did not care for the old gameplay.
As somebody who loves the lore, I played Fallout 1 and 2, and I do not like Fallout 1 and 2 as games. However, despite not liking the games, I like the setting and respect the setting a great deal. I'm not a big fan of how the games play, personally. I think that Wasteland 3 is a better Fallout in almost every regard. Granted, ironically, Wasteland 3 is made by the Fallout devs, but you know
that entire story between those two settings is really funny.
But that's my opinion about gameplay. I think Fallout 1 and 2 have a really cool story. And the world and setting, and I absolutely adore the world and setting so much. It's the writing is actually what won me over. Despite me not liking Fallout 1 or 2 as video games, I absolutely adore Fallout 1 and 2. I just don't like playing them. I do hope we play them again, though, because I would like to play them again.
It's one of those things, like, I really wish there would basically be someone that basically like looks at where Fallout went. I kind of like how, like, right now, like with like WoW Classic and people wanting it's like, I want like a completely different like timeline for the direction that this franchise went. That's what I want for Fallout.
Yeah, that's. I think everybody with WoW Classic and a lot of games feel like that, because like Fallout, the problem with the Fallout TV show is it does what Bethesda wanted it to do. It's popular to the normies, so it appeals to the normies, and it completely erases any story or narrative progression of the setting. The big fundamental issue, what is narrative progression, right? The world is moving on. What's the problem with Bethesda? Bethesda doesn't like progression.
Todd Howard doesn't like.
Well, it's not just Todd Howard. It's also other elements of Bethesda too. Like they want Fallout to be this. It's post-apocalyptic. It's like scrappy and everything's run down all the time. Here's the issue. That's not Fallout. Yes, there are rundown ruins. Yes, there's rundown places. But if you look at Fallout, there's tribals, which actually build stuff, right? There's also other communities like the NCR or other like city-states like Vault City that build buildings, construct homes, have power grids. It's not just like wasteland. What makes it more nuanced is that there are civilizations in the ruins of the old civilization. That's what I love about it. But the problem with Fallout 4 is when you play is like you're just wandering around a wasteland, and there isn't really any actual like nations being built up. Like you go to the Diamond City. Diamond City is just like scrappy, rundown ruins. Like they're not actually building anything. Like what I want to see, I know, but what I want to see from Diamond City is like I want to see like, yes, it's a city that they built inside of a stadium, but like it's new buildings and they try to make it look nice. Because when you're a human being, now I know like as somebody who has a bit of a messy apartment, you know, yeah, we can be messy sometimes, can't we? But we genuinely like our living spaces to be nice, right? I don't want to live in a tin fucking shack, right? You want to have heating, you want to have things. And so you're going to do your best to improve your living standard and conditions. Like I've got friends in the third world, right? And that live near like those crappy areas in Brazil. What do? They work on improving their homes. They constantly work to better their home because nobody wants to live in squalor, right? Squalor is a circumstance, but it's not something that you actively want to be in. And so that's why
Unless
it's
you're mentally unwell.
yeah, and that's why it's like when every area feels like it's that way, it just feels bad. Now, the reason why New Vegas doesn't really show like nice buildings too much is again because the development team was rushed by Bethesda. They didn't have a lot of time to actually finish the game, so they had to reuse a lot of assets. But what I mean by that is like have nuance, have scrappy raiders, have scrappier towns, but also have well built up and developed like towns too. Fallout 1 had this, Fallout 2 had this.
Yep, that's what I was going to mention. Is like unironically in Fallout 2, Shady Sands was unironically
Built
getting
up.
to a point where it was actually uh, getting to pre-war, and in certain areas a little bit like past what pre-war was.
In the credits, they talk about how Shady Sands' education system has actually started to eclipse the old worlds because they have better schooling than the West Coast region had before the collapse. Because they're improving. And that's what I mean. Narrative progression. Stories
But
should
Bethesda
go and move.
just wanted
Gibbs,
the
Shady
fucking.
Sands has been nuked.
No, they
This
can
is the-
say that all they
Because
want.
this is a fundamental problem that doesn't just extenuate to Fallout, it also extenuated to Star Wars, right? What was the episode 7? It was just a reset button. It's Battletech did this, like 40K is going to do this, like every setting does this. They're like, we need to hit the reset button because we can't have narrative progression. And what do they do in the new Star Wars? They literally just reset everything. It's like, oh, here's the Empire again. Also the Republic, it's gone. Everything that they built up didn't matter, and we're basically at the same point where we were in the previous movies. It's scrappy band of rebels fighting against big, well-organized military. And it's like, you're just recycling the same story. The same way that Fallout 3 recycles what Fallout 1 did. It's like, it's on the East Coast, and there's no civilizations built up, and it's all scrappy over here. And it's like, okay, that can work, but then they do Fallout 4, and it's like, it's the same thing. Nothing's built up, nothing's changed. It's like, okay.
Or how every Hideo Kojima game is just recycling the same story.
I like how we've had that revelation that Hideo Kojima makes the same story over and over again. Stop the Metal Gear. But that's...
There is enemy sniper, enemy psychic person.
Did you not know
person
that?
who wasn't inside, but now they're not.
Listen, some writers have one trick and then they just like to stick to that one trick. In the case of like Fallout, though, it's not necessarily one writer. It's the fundamental philosophical, like, we want to reset the timeline back to what the original version was because we don't know how to build on top of that story. They're afraid. They lack the competency to advance the timeline. The natural progression of Fallout storyline is that eventually there will be several little nations. You're in the United States ruins of the United States, America. You should look at it and be like, yeah, there's like 6 countries here, and they're all different little countries striving to do their own little thing, you know. But they don't have the narrative competency or the acumen to write that, and because they don't, they are just like, it's scrappy bands of raiders, feral ghouls. Despite the fact that the ghouls are actually a temporary thing. They're meant to go away over time.
Yep. They were only reason ghouls are there outside of very rare circumstances where basically people that were exposed to a high amount of radiation in a very short period of time and got like flash mutated.
Yep. Like in a pan. And the thing is,
Because
there would be
radiation works
occasionally
very differently in
some
Fallout.
other ghouls.
It does.
Okay, so radiation Fallout doesn't necessarily work very differently. It does and it doesn't, right? It makes mutations, but it's also the FEV virus that really, really makes mutations. That's why like having super mutants on the East Coast was very much a retcon, because like they had to make up why the FEV virus got over there. Like it's like, what? Because there's no way the Master's army went all the way over there.
Yeah, the actual reason is just member berries. That's the actual reason they're doing it.
Because
anything after that is
Bethesda didn't have the acumen to write a new enemy type, and so they just recycled the super mutants from Fallout 1 because they didn't know, like, okay, super mutants, like their story's changing. The super mutants that survive the Master are kind of a sad race, aren't they? They're a race that's sterile and they can't really procreate. And they're kind of
But
like,
unironically, the best representation of super mutants after the Master's death was in New Vegas with Jacobstown.
not just Jacobstown, they also had him in what's his nuts in Fallout 2. The same character, he's in Fallout 2. I forget his name.
Yeah, Jacob.
Jacob. Oh, I like how he says Jacobstown, and I just forgot his name. Oh.
Yeah, you know that one super mutant. No,
Yeah,
Jacob.
the guy, Jacob. Yeah, because like it's same thing. He's trying to live with humans, you know, trying to create a community where mutants and humans can live, normies as they call them, can live together, and it's difficult because there are people trying to sabotage it, and it's hard, and it's interesting. It's actually interesting. Like super mutants, they explored and expanded them in Fallout 2. Because in Fallout 1, they were just kind of like the main enemy, but some of them were smart, most of them were dumb, and then they were basically a byproduct of the FEV virus used by the Master to create a super mutant army to create a new world order. Because the Master wanted to save humanity. Yeah, well, the Master wanted to save humanity in the way he thought he could. He thought the FEV virus would make sure humanity would evolve so that we would not be
resilient enough to deal with the environment they found themselves in.
Yes, so that we could adapt to the new environment. The problem with the Master's plan is it was flawed because the FEV virus changed us so that we couldn't procreate, which made us a dead species. That's the problem with the super mutants. They cannot procreate. And so eventually the super mutants will die out. And that's cool. That's what makes stories cool, because not every race is meant to last forever. Some races literally fade out in time. And that's cool. I like that. Man, hurts my soul. Like, I love Fallout and I'm very passionate about it. I made a lot of these little tweets about it, and I get a lot of people that actually agree with me, which is nice. I'm glad that there's a lot of people that actually are on the same page. Seems like the majority of people actually feel this way too. Because Fallout is a cool setting, and I think if they had treated it with respect and care, it could have been something great. Now, the last thing we also have to talk about, I don't know if I have the tweets up, and I honestly don't really care. I opened up these tweets here just to like find my own stuff, but honestly, I can remember. There was a recent bit of news. Kathleen Kennedy is finally stepping down from Star Wars. Now, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but as a huge Star Wars fan, I can also tell you the truth. This isn't going to fix anything.
Nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Because if chat remembers, she said that she would be stepping down if she ever found someone that basically agreed with her.
The problem is,
guess what happened?
Her stepping down, it means Dave Filoni's going to take control. My big problem is Dave Filoni isn't the savior of Star Wars, because like we talked about with respecting lore and settings, my problem with Dave Filoni is he's a fan author. He's like a fan writer. He wrote a fan fiction character, which is Ahsoka. And that's what she is. She's randomly inserted into everything. And because she's in everything, it kind of fundamentally ruins the story of what was the originals, because you have this fanfic character that survives, like, you know, the Order 66. Not only she survived that, but she's also confronted Darth Vader, but she's also still around, outlived Darth Vader. She also outlives Luke, who also died. And it's like, yeah, okay, there's your Mary Sue, there's
She's
your
becoming like the center
character
of the galaxy, practically. Yes, it's stupid.
Yeah, the problem is that it was fine when they introduced her as a child character hook in, because like, okay, like Anakin should not canonically have a Padawan. That doesn't make sense. But it's a kid's show, so maybe we can just pretend it's not canon. Maybe it's like, you know, Battletech, where it's a propaganda in-universe thing. You know, that could be cute. But yeah, the big problem is that when it comes down to it, Dave Filoni signed off on mini retcons. The chip retcon, which retconned the clones into all being Deus Ex Machina'd into following the Order, rather than some of them following the Order like it was in the old canon, some of them choosing not to, and it being a big moral question that showed the galaxy's feeling about Jedi, that actually they weren't good. The problem is that failing to understand the original story of why the Jedi were corrupt, Dave Filoni's version of the Jedi Order is that they weren't corrupt. They didn't have problems, and actually they were flawless. Not only were they flawless, but the reason why the clones turned against them was because they didn't have a choice. And had they given a choice, they would never have killed them. The reason in the old lore is that the Jedi had lost touch. Over the thousands of years they've been like guardians of peace, you know. They have lost sight of what their order was. They tied themselves to the Senate. They tied themselves to politics. They got involved in the Civil War by becoming generals for the clone army. That was to show how connected to the system they had become. They had become so connected that they no longer performed their duties as basically like protectors and keepers of the peace as a sort of a judiciary force that's rooted in some mysticism,
like monk mysticism
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
they stopped taking their judiciary role and took on a military role, which then made it easy for people to blame them for all the bad casualties because they became generals. They led troops into charges, getting them killed. Because of their detachment to the life of an individual person, they treated the clones poorly. There were some Jedi exceptions that treated their men, with care and compassion, but that was the odd few, not the norm. And these clones were also, again, bred to follow orders and be loyal to the Republic. And so those that went against the Order 66 went against their conditioning, and it took strength of will to do so. Not that there was some magic MacGuffin chip that, made it, oh, it's just Palpatine being evil. There was no morally gray, aspect to the decision that was made. It was just, we did it because we did it, because we had to. And it's like that, when you do that, it takes away the nuanced writing. Because it was nuanced. It was at one point. George Lucas managed to do that, even though he managed to fuck up a lot else. But again, like I said, George Lucas is the one who handed the reins to Kathleen Kennedy, in the same way that he also signed off on Dave Filoni fucking retconning everything too. Like, if you want to look at people who didn't care, you got to look at the people where it started. It started with George. He didn't really care about the setting. He was really just milking it for every penny it was worth. And I get it. It's just a job to you. You don't really care about it. You sold it off to the same people you called, white slavers not that long ago. You had no problem selling it to those same people you degraded and besmirched. So it really shows you how much you really cared about the setting when you didn't care at all. So,
Cared about what it could do for his bank account and nothing else.
Pretty much. The only reason why the prequels were really fucking put in the pipeline, and we all know it, it had to do with the divorce.
I need my money, so I guess we're doing another 3 movies.
We're doing another 3 movies. Gotta, afford that.
And here's the thing: I like the I guess
I love the
canonically
art
episode
style
1 through 3.
of those.
Yeah, but it's like they were not good.
They were flawed, mostly because unlike the originals where there was other people that had the ability to say George no, or like, maybe George, we shouldn't do this. George got more and more power, and because he got more and more power as time went on, nobody told him no. People were just like clapping their hands.
Unironically,
if
it's
you
kind
watch
of like
the
a Dave
developer
Stuckman
diaries,
situation.
Yep. If you watch the developer diaries, it's very much like clap, 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 clap. Yes, yes, let's do it. Like, versus the older ones where it's more of like a discussion between equals. That's why I think the prequels were also bad. It felt like there was a massive power dynamic difference. There wasn't people that were really advocating for positive change. But this is all by the things I was going for, or looking into when I was reading about it. And again, we only have the documentaries and the readabouts that from what people wrote, because we weren't actually there. But it seems like that was the case. And you often see that corroborated by other people too. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. I think it's interesting, but I think that the reality is I don't think Kathleen Kennedy stepping down will sadly fix anything. As much as I would like Star Wars to improve, because I do like Star Wars, in the same vein I like Fallout. I love a lot of these settings. I love Star Trek too, And sadly, the people that have the reins don't respect the lore. Because they don't respect the lore, and it's not just a one-time issue, it's a universal issue. Because they don't respect the lore, they don't care about the foundations, they're just here for money. And it shows. It shows when everything is just like just symbology, iconography, right? Like, even that picture of that actress right there with the thumbs up says it all. Iconic pose, Pip-Boy, Vault uniform,
Check these tick boxes.
Check, 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 check. That's it. It's just a bunch of check boxes. It's not actually any substance. It's shallow member berries. There was a post by Dave Filoni himself why he didn't like Andor. He said that he disliked Andor in the Star Wars setting, and the reason why he dislikes it is because you can't snap your fingers and look, oh my god, there's an iconic character there. Again, Dave Filoni is supposedly the savior of Star Wars. And that idea of like, oh, the reason why he dislikes Andor is there's too many characters, it's too complicated of a story. That's terrible. It tells me everything I need to know about Dave Filoni.
Maybe Andor's not bad.
Maybe we should give Andor a shot. Jesus.
I've never seen
maybe.
it.
Maybe we should see the AKs the people are using, because I remember seeing.
Oh my god, they use AKs. Oh yeah.
Okay,
well,
so
that's pretty normal for Star Wars.
Funny. Yeah, unironically. No, the only way it would have been funnier
machine conveyor is
the
used by the Empire as a heavy weapon.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say the only way it would have been funnier is if like the Republic used like U.S. Or like NATO weapons, and then the
M16s.
CIS, yeah, and then the CIS used freaking like Warsaw Pact style weapon. Yeah, but like specify it right. But
they shoot lasers.
Yeah, just throw random bolts and stuff on it.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been the funniest thing in the world.
Would have been amazing.
Maybe we should. So that's two things we need to watch, chat: Andor and Orville.
Andor, no. Thing is, maybe Andor might be fun, but the problem is Andor, that like I said on my post about it, is that it fundamentally will not be as enjoyable as it could be no matter what, because it's based on the principle that it's on Disney canon. And everything Andor is about doing what Kyle Katarn or other characters from the Legends were supposed to do. Because all the story stuff that they're doing is they're just writing over what was already written. Like how we got the Death Star plans. We already knew how they got it. They even made a whole game and a mission about it, like getting the Death Star plans. And then they just add new stuff. And it's like, but here's how they actually did it. And here's how they did that. And it's like, yeah, but like that didn't happen. Because in the old canon, it's like this did that. And it's like, no. Everything in Legends is no longer canon. Disney did, oh my God. It hurts my brain. Disney did the thing, right? Where they went like, oh, we're going to do the right thing and we're going to fix the canon. It's like, great. Awesome. And then they did the next thing, which is the worst step. We're going to decanonize everything and just make shit up as we go. And it's like, fuck, that's like the worst possible like choice you could do after that other statement. Like, yes, fix this canon. And it's like, nah, it's too hard.
We realized fixing it would do work and cost some money, so we aren't going to do that anymore.
We're going to have to go through and figure out what's canon and what isn't. Oh, that's too much work. All of it, trash bin. We'll just make it up as we go. And it's like, ooh.
And then all of a sudden, actually, that was a good idea. Thrawn, come here.
Yeah, no, and then they backpedal on it, but because they can't commit to either thing, it's why this canon's so shit. So it's like, Thrawn exists, and the Disney version of him is lame and gay, and it's like, it's like, oh, because now you can't even commit to writing a new story, so you're going and picking through Legends, and because you're picking through Legends without understanding what made these characters special, right? You're just sort of making stuff up as you go. And so you got Thrawn, who's literally just doing whatever, and you got other characters which are doing whatever, you know? And it's just one of those things where you're just not thinking about what to do. Stupid.
Czar says Andor comes off as a wannabe Tom Clancy book or series to me.
Maybe. I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Jano donates 25p a line and says, it's increasing tendency to run theme park of universe past, not universe itself.
Yeah, it is sad, but it seems to be the case. Either way, I think we've droned on long enough about this subject. By the way, all your topics you post in the discussions will be used for the next Fireside Chat next week. So again, if you want topics for us to discuss, remember the Fireside Chat, you can put stuff in the discussions, and we will look at them and open them. We might make a special category for Fireside Chat posts, so you can just post things in there, and then we'll cover them on the stream.
A special channel, just so they don't get buried.
Yep, Bunchcasts are more focused on stuff, but yeah, that's how we'll do that. So, we'll see you then. And we're going to raid in the next stream. We're going to be checking out, speaking of Star Wars, we're going to be checking out the Warno mod that adds the Separatists and the Republic to Warno. It actually looks really good. So we're going to take a look at that and see if it's any fun. And we will see you in that stream in about a couple of minutes, because I'm going to have to set that up. But yeah, thanks for your generous donations, and we'll see you in a few minutes, guys.
See ya.